ISUPK, Trinidad and Tobago, under Commanding General Yohana. We will be live on the streets, 91.9 FM.
From west to the depth till they bury me.
Every Thursday from 7 p.m. Hosted by Officer Sawapya Allah and Officer Masquaya.
From west to the depth till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me.
ISUPK under Commanding General Yohana. Live every Thursday night from 7 p.m. on the streets, 91.9 FM.
On a cool damn night, gave myself in that misty light, was hypnotized by strange delight under a lilac tree.
Spitting Hebrew, 3 and 1, combination, yeah. Well, how you want to talk like us after this? ISUPK and the Commanding Increase inspiration, right back out like how we shine. I made wine from my heart, and it's true. That's the recipe and taste. I finally got the recipe. Passed down the ages, sitting under the family tree. Put my heart and all my soul, stretched enough to feed. Go wild, go hard, and nigga, I'm a priest. First I was lost. More song than I'm out over the truth. All along is the source of wrong. The feed the dogs, red bait, off the plate of Jake, fishing to eat. Fishing to got meat in the recipe. I made wine from my heart, and it's true. That's the recipe. Seen it there for me. Lord knows it's what's left of me. Was missing. I found myself in the kitchen, water whipping up a piece of chicken just to feed my ambition. Or is it me trying to fill my greed? Cause when it always had to have some green, burning what I made up every day. Waste to eat and regurgitate. I had a taste for something different, wishing I knew what it is and had me on a mission. Ducking state prison, watching opposition on an expedition straight to perdition. For instance, well, the cape was often 50 bands dashed in my apartment. But they get to talking like the tender popping in the extra cartridge. Women hawking, best promoters. When she told her, framework Golex, still void and couldn't feel that hole. Sex, money, weed, over and over. But hold up, wait, what's that aroma? Frozen, I'm gone and I'm getting warmer. Closer and closer, I came to the home of the truth. I'm smelling the salt through my gullet. Border on blue house, I hopped out my comment. Look how my friends is falling. I've been anointed with all the button is working. Cutting, blazing, breaking down and observing. All the catering to Israel. The season all in the soul, but plenty wine in the oil. You find it's more finer than the gold, and I found the recipe. I made wine from my heart, and it's true. That's the recipe and taste. I finally got the recipe. Passed down the ages, sitting under the family tree. Put my heart and all my soul, stretched enough to feed. Go wild, go hard, and nigga, I'm a priest. First I was lost, needed more song than I'm out over the truth. All along is the source of wrong. To feed the dogs, red bait, off the plate of Jake, fishing to eat. Fishing to got meat in the recipe. I made wine from my heart, and it's true. That's the recipe. Seen it there for me. Lord knows it's what's left of me. First let me tell you right, you see this can't get a slice. There's some ingredients to suffice. Should be nice even if the spice ain't precise. Like your old life is a sacrifice. 2 or more in the name of Christ. Like the night you had to cut corners just to afford to fill all your short orders. It makes a lot of zeal as you go. You want the kind of switch out your own. It's hard to pull crust and bread, but you kept holding to the crust cold and make it cold. Ain't no other wood. You can never have too much brotherhood. We was laying eggs that would go bananas. Nuts trying to be in the bandanas. Got you gon' need at least the faith of a mustard seed. When you're stirring the pot up, the pressure gon' brew. Just know you ain't bit off more than you can chew with it. Only one Lord, faith and baptism. Lot of knowledge and wisdom. I'll keep you cool frozen as a cucumber. If you find yourself in a pickle, get your bread and let the ball ride it on. Bring it on to a bowl. Not half-baked, cause lukewarm and get spit right back in the bowl. Cold, and nothing you forge it. Go find a man that the Lord's had for you and yours. And just remember that this ain't for it. You know about the recipe. I mean, why? For my heart, and it's true. That's the recipe. I mean, why? For my heart, and it's true. That's the recipe. I mean, why? I mean, why? I mean, why? The recipe. I mean, why? For my heart, and it's true. That's the recipe. Put my heart in its recipe.
Hey, listen, brothers and sisters, man. If you like what you hear, hit the subscribe button, man. Subscribe to this channel. And also, please, go to isubk.com and pay your tithe. Drop me some cash so we can move around this planet like we need to, man, and do the things we need to do.
They're one West. They're one West. They're one West. They're
They need food, housing, clothing. They need counseling. They need understanding of what's happened to them. They need an identity. They need to know the truth about the Lord. They need to be woke up to who the devil is. That's right. White man. That's what the hell they need. And you add that to black people, Latinos, and Indians, brother, then you're going to be able to do something. The whole reason I'm even here saying these things to you, because these things are supposed to show you and give you hope. It's supposed to make you say to yourself, you know what, we got a kingdom coming. You know what, the Lord's judgment is coming. You know what, let's change our life. Commanding General Yohana here, ISUPK, the original ISUPK 1969, Body of Christ. Here's what I want to tell you, man. Now, I want you to think about something for a minute. You've been studying the scriptures. You've been watching us on tape. You've been watching all kinds of camps on tape. And as you've been watching and studying, you realize that it's coming to the point where you got to put this into action, that you need to step out there on the street and handle that work. Now, here's what happens to a ton of brothers. A ton of brothers go out there without coming through the school and learning what they need to learn. And what happens is they run out there and then they run into problems that they don't know about. And they try to get them problems answered online and calling brothers and all that. And it creates a bunch of confusion. And in many cases, it eventually chokes the truth. It look like it ain't gonna choke it now because you feeling strong, your energy's up. Listen to me, man. Listen to me. You understand? I've been doing this 40 plus years. Okay? Ask anybody my name. It's going to all be bad, which it's supposed to be. All right? Christ said when they speak all manner of evil against you, that's when you know you're doing this work. Do yourself a favor. Come to the ISUPK first. Learn from the original school first. Even if you think it's too militant or too this, too that, don't let anything block you from getting the pure knowledge first, straight from ISUPK. I'm saying this out of love because I'm seeing too many brothers fall. They're getting up on the cats. They're getting with their clique. Bring your clique here and let your clique handle ISUPK. Because here's the deal. If your clique ain't strong enough to handle ISUPK, why would you go out on the street and get swallowed up out there? And if you feel like ISUPK ain't got it all down, then you should be man enough, you and your crew, to come to us and lay down and break bread and talk about these scriptures. Ain't no harm gonna come to you. Ain't no harm come to a man that disagree with the truth. You ain't trying to harm us. we damn sure ain't trying to harm our own. So come to the ISUPK, sit down in our classes, learn from us, and then you can make your serious decision on what it is that you're supposed to be. And I guarantee you, you're going to realize that it was much more than what you saw on that video, man. Much love to all you warriors learning, growing, and getting ready to bust out into this work. I'll see you soon. Shalom, family.
This a Batman too. I promise you. This shit lit, cuz. This shit lit. Alright? Run that joint.
Niggas looking for their life. Me and my niggas prepared for the dog. Yeah. So we gon' get it on for the last days, nigga. You already know what it is. 140 for the rebel.
They in the building, we in the spot. We can go to war and see who make it out. Earn your stripes, dog, you with us or not. We can get it on when it's on, it don't never stop. First you get that power, gotta hold it down. Watch your step, boy, you on holy ground. They in the building, we in the spot. We can go to war, let's see who make it out. It's a problem, tell them pop ball. I die for I let my colors fly, ball. For a nigga take me, they'll drop dead. AR, clean them up like a mop head. Say he cool, he bad, he really so tough. They like, damn, look what he did to Billy go rough. Little bitch think she Kiki Palmer, silly hoe. She know I'm that bull, but I ain't from Philly though. From the city where they say about that ribbon like petty poops. Know them niggas plotting, gotta deal with me. Can't catch me slipping, got to steal with me. Just left Alabama, bought a chopper from some hillbilly move. He made my feel the blade. Leave them all bruised, come through like a plague. Rebel off the leash like a dog out the cage. Call me Johnny Blaze on Run West May. Watch your step get stretched like a limousine. So my brother bring that blade back wet, that's my enemy. A little nigga, this that cold, need to talk. Niggas know I got blood in my cup, I just sip it like it's grenadine. They in the building, we in the spot. We can go to war and see who make it out. Earn your stripes, dog, you with us or not. We can get it on when it's on, it'll never stop. First you get that power, gotta hold it down. Watch your step, boy, you on holy ground. They in the building, we in the spot. We can go to war, let's see who make it out. Tell them niggas good night, here come the best. Look, told them niggas get right or get left. UPK bad man, I pin to your flesh. Hellboy, rip the soul out of dead man shit. Got the rate, the power, I been the showstopper. Yeah, they might hate, but I know they gon' watch. Zone on lock, and you know the flow prop. Iced out, got the drip out of David Jones lock. Know I got the plan, they say that you the man. No shit, Sherlock, I'm the one you heard about. Burn down the building, let them all watch. Throw that one West up, then I swerve out. Sick with this shit, I do not need a detox. He don't watch a step, blow him out them Reeboks. We taking over, I'm sending the word out. Can't see me, little nigga, I put you in a bird box. Look, it's One West practical, gladiator, maximal. Creep on them slow, but that Glock fire rapido. All I want is more power, more straps to blow. Ain't got excuse for no car, he gon' have to go. They in the building, we in the spot. We can go to war, let's see who make it out. Earn your stripes, dog, you with us or not. We can get it on when it's on, it don't never stop. First you get that power, gotta hold it down. Watch your step, boy, you on holy ground. They in the building, we in the spot. We can go to war, let's see who make it out.
Hey, listen, brothers and sisters, man. If you like what you hear, hit the subscribe button, man. Subscribe to this channel. And also, please, go to isupk.com and pay your tithe. Drop me some cash so we can move around this planet like we need to, man, and do the things we need to do.
They're One West. They're One West. They're One West.
And I'm screaming more fire, more fire. Give them more fire, more fire. I just gotta pray for more fire, more fire. I'm hoping he come with more fire, more fire.
Wagwan priest, you good? Listen, man, I'm hearing you, man, you ISUPK brothers be talking about the Jacobites that was in Scotland were originally black. You man ain't reaching that.
Listen, put that on the TV right there. You'll see it. This is the transportations. If you look right there, it will let you know Robert Adam, brown, William Bell, black, Dougal Campbell, brown complexion, black, brown. You see brown, black, brown, black, brown. This is all the Jacobites that was shipped out of places like Ireland and so forth. This is the transportations.
Right.
So this is giving you the complexion of the Jacobites that was shipped out of these places to Barbados and other islands in the West Indies.
Yo, that's mad. So it's saying what? Robert Adams was a labourer and he was what? Brown faced. William Bell was what? Black, curled hair. Damn. That's deep, man.
Which means what as well? Which also means black people was in Europe. Why? Because they ruled the Dark Ages. So that's why they was in Europe.
You man are cold at history, man. All right, man. Shalom.
Yeah. Yeah, so brother. What's going on, Akim? How you all feeling?
Sir.
Good
Good
to go. Good to
Good.
go. Y'all sure y'all all right?
Yeah, man.
Hey, listen, man. I wanna send a song out to all these federal workers, brother. You know what I mean? I think it would be fitting. Y'all just give me 2 minutes. I just want to give them some encouragement, you know, in this hard time. All right. So just give me about 30 seconds and we'll come right back. Y'all stay tuned.
Fuck that fucking job, we gon' be rich tomorrow. Fuck that fucking job, it ain't no more applying. Fuck that fucking job, boy, I'm sick and I'm tired. Fuck that fucking job, all that bitching and crying. And I say, fuck that fucking job, nigga. Hey, fuck that fucking job, bitch. Fuck that fucking job, we gon' be rich tomorrow. Fuck that fucking job, it ain't no more applying. Fuck that fucking job.
Yeah, I want to get good and their ass. I want to get a grill and do all them young boys there and do this thing. Because y'all, I love when it happens because your Uncle Tom Negroes always tell us, go get a job.
That's right.
Go get a job. Brother, I made a mistake today and going and getting some stuff from the store for the Day of Atonement. And brother, the line is long as shit. I can't find a spot in the parking lot, and I'm wondering why these people here. Not knowing, brother, these federal workers is building a bunker with food at because they don't know when that next check coming and clogging up the damn lines up. You should say F that job and leave. That's what you should do. You should say F that job and walk the hell off and come back to your nation and your people, man. Let America deal with this mess themselves, boy. Let America deal with this mess themselves. You know what I mean? Big up Commander Johnny Hanna as well. Hardest working man in Israel. From holding down California this weekend. You know, that big lecture he is doing. Don't miss that lecture on pornography, addiction, and video games. It's I always said it's stealing your husband. I think that's the tagline, if I'm not mistaken, right? Somebody could check it. I'm gonna try to find the flyer. But y'all check that whole lecture out. He's gonna be out there in California working hard, doing the thing up. You know what I mean? Captain the Dog and them all, they big them up, man. They always throw down in California, man. For rock, you know what I mean? Fawaga Bar, Lahab, Fabawan, my main man out there. They always throw down, show a good time. California is always a good vibe. You know what I mean? So y'all get it in. You'll definitely get it in, man. So what's good in your neck of the woods? What is, you know, is it too late to talk about next, or is soon we could talk about next now?
Next?
Neck, right? It's like your neck of the woods, and you know what I mean? Yeah, okay. Man, go ahead.
I just got the title for the lecture, sir. Commander General Yohanna's lecture, October 3rd. It's titled, Have Video Games and Pornography Destroyed Your Marriage? It'll be at 6 p.m. October 3rd, out in Cali.
Say the title again.
Kawakan, sir. Have video games and pornography destroyed your marriage?
Have video games and pornography destroyed your marriage? You know what I mean? ISUPK lecture by Commanding General Yohanna. Salaki Akim, I know y'all loving the brotherhood, but y'all want to do the do the goddamn thing in them. 2 hours ago, y'all was quiet because y'all was hungry. Y'all eat some food now.
Right.
Y'all eat some food now. Y'all be back there like, yeah, if you're fasting, I'm still waiting on my Hennessy. Most high Christ, man. Yeah, I mean, so it's gonna be a good lecture. Y'all check it out. Hold on, I think I found the flyer. Well, I'm able to pull up the flyer. Y'all go down there to Cali, man. Y'all check that whole thing out. It's going to be, you know, absolutely right. Let me share it. You know, the general lectures is always, you know, super top level, insightful, you know, way more. You're giving you more than you bargained for. You get the point, giving you way more than you bargained for. Is it right. Center? Y'all could see it?
No, we can't see it.
Yeah, hey, Cap, why are you doing that? You see you want to answer the question? I don't know if there's I don't know who's there.
I didn't
Adam
see the question.
Adam Gregory Johnson. But after
Before
after
we get to Adam, Adam got to wait a little bit. Adam is a it's so, just from your tone now, in fact, I could tell Adam just being, he being an idiot.
yeah.
But this is it here. This is going to be a insane lecture for sure, because it's going to go into something that no one is talking about. Like if you notice right now amongst this generation right now, depression and anxiety is so high.
Yeah.
It's very, very high. It's people suffering from depression, low self-esteem. And it seems, I think it definitely is coming from that internet and everything the internet gives you access to. And it creates a serious void. I could stay right there, brother, if you don't mind. 2 out of 2 out. It creates a void in your soul, and you continuously try to fill it. You continuously try to fill it with the achievements and comparisons. Right now, you could see inside somebody else's house in France, and you don't know that they just put in a show on because they're an influencer. The room they're filming in look like that. The rest of the house don't look like that.
Yes, right.
And in your mind, you start to reason with it, and like you're not good enough, and it triggers a whole ton of psychopathic thoughts and brings the depression and the anxiety. So this lecture here, the general going to unpack it all. I advise everybody to be in tune, stay in tune for it, look for when it go live, tag a friend, share it around, because you never know, he's going to unpack the whole thing. You know what I mean?
As you always do, for sure.
As you always do. You know what I mean?
Like a two, sir, if I may.
Please,
and just from attending the lecture Commander General Yohana did about demons in Detroit, what people have to understand and what helped just reaffirmed in my mind is the Lord put the prophets in the ISUPK.
That's right.
And if the general is going over something like this, you got to understand the Lord put the spirit on the general to go into this, because we're going to see in the second half, this is going to be it's already relevant, but we're going to see like the general, the prophet, they crazy because they know something before time. And then once the stuff start happening, it's like, it's not crazy anymore. And so if the general is going into this, I guarantee we're going to find out a year or two later, some groundbreaking news, how the CIA has been using video games to decrease your sex drive, so we don't have sex. I wouldn't be surprised if we find out after the general's lecture, after some time, that this is deeper than what we've known. And the Lord, of course, gave us prophets to put us on point and to prepare us. And so everybody shouldn't take lightly that this is a prophet of God coming to you and giving you information that you need to equip you, because I seen that firsthand with the lecture in Detroit. It seemed like all after that lecture, it was like he everything that we needed, you were equipped to handle what came after that, because it was like, damn, like he broke this down all the way to, and he's seen something before it actually happened. So I just want to let everybody know that don't sleep on this, man. Just try to make it out there. You tune in. If you ain't able to make it to Cali, tune in online, because again, this is heavy information, straight up. So like it.
No, you're right, you absolutely right. It's all the way. And okay, I could tell you right now, they're saying this generation is having less sex than any time ever in history.
Wow.
It's having less sex act. It's it's not happening because it's damn near the social aspect of how we operate. Esau don't take it away. Like kids in a classroom don't talk to each other, but they'll talk on the app. They'll FaceTime on the app. They'll talk through the devices, but in person, the anxiety is just too much, so they can't connect. And then with the internet, it's at your fingertips now. Where you would have had to bathe and put on something fly and get yourself together and go and put game to some broad. All you had to do now is make the picture look good with a filter. And on the internet, and it's more transactional now. It's more Listen, I saw a video. I don't even know if this is really genuine, but his brothers in a college dorm, because a lot of them podcasts, they go podcast university or streamer university, and a lot of them they're in the college dorm and they're talking about sex with a woman, and one of them say, man, it's just give me head and leave. It's too hard for everything else. Like I ain't got to work for it. And okay, it will sound super disgusting, at face value, but you had to unpack that statement. This is a young man in his prime or approaching prime. I wouldn't even say prime. But 18, 19 is you have your strength. You probably approaching good manly prime, you know, mid-20s, you know, closer to 30 or early 30s. That's your full balance of wisdom and power. But you 18, 19, brother, and it's too much work with, you know, to do this thing. There's a disconnect happening. There's a disconnect happening, and it's definitely, you know, going down from the damn internet. You get the point? It's definitely going on from, you know, everything is so easily accessible, and the constant comparison from what you're seeing, it's not a healthy place for us to be in, which is why our lifestyle in the UPK and how we live, even the high holy days, where at the end of every 2-3 verses in Leviticus 23 it's a holy convocation, meaning you are commanded to come together. You must socialize in here. Like the Lord saw the need to socialize, to be in the same room, to, you know, talk to each other and laugh, and the music played. And the Lord saw the need for that when the oppressor wants us further apart and only connected through a device. You know what I mean? Like the Lord's ways is the real true wisdom is the real standard. Pete Hegseth want to talk about the highest male standard. You want the highest standard of anything, you must turn to the Bible. You must turn to the Most High. You got to go to the dealership to get your car to perform at the highest standard. You can't go nowhere else. So if you want man who God made to perform at the highest standard, Pete Hegseth, it doesn't come with shaving your face, dummy. It comes with obeying God. It comes with seeing what God wants. That's what's going to set you on high. You know what I mean?
If I could, Captain, piggyback off what you were saying, because I got mad as well. Esau has created a false reality that people would rather live in than the real world. Like in this false reality, you look at people's Instagram and Facebook, they can create an image, an avatar, right? This is a representation of who they are. That's not the real them. The reason why it's so hard to socialize in person and to talk to women in public and to deal with the whole, you know, run around at you.
I know, Cap. That's good. Go ahead, Sako. I'm trying to see what's good. No, go ahead, Sako.
No, I was just saying, like these cats, they can't handle they can't handle the reality of who they are inside of themselves. So God forbid trying to get somebody else to accept who you are. You know what I'm saying? The beautiful thing about the truth is the truth forces you to have to face yourself. And when you face yourself, if you don't like what you see, if you don't like what's inside of you, if you can't handle the reality of who you are, then you're gonna have to go to war with that thing that you don't like. In order to become who the Lord called you to be, you're gonna have to fight something inside of you that is ugly, that is, you know, that you don't want to face, that you don't want anybody else to see. And it forces you to get out of that false reality. A lot of these brothers and sisters are struggling silently, hating themselves. You know, It's easier to present. It's easier to slide into DMs. It's easier to just make a post and, you know, be sarcastic and dismiss everything. It's hard to have to deal with the reality of things. And so many of these, and it's not limited to just the new generation. It's our generation as well. A lot of us grew up on the internet and America online chat rooms, and you know, just we found ways to disassociate ourselves. And without the truth, without the understanding that, you know, you got to be at peace with yourself if you want the world to be at peace with you, so to speak. Meaning, if you want the world to accept you as a man, you want a woman to accept you, you got to accept yourself. Right? You got to face yourself and find the things that you don't like, the things that aren't presentable, and you got to work to fix them. And the truth does that for brothers and sisters. And I just will pray with this lecture, like Commander General Yohana is about to put on, brothers and sisters would recognize that we are living in a time where you have to face your demons. You can't run any longer. You can't live in a fantasy world. You can't live in a place where you don't exist in reality, because eventually you got to go out into the real world and interact with people. And the truth is the place where you can come and learn how to address the issues and the problems that you have, so you can clean yourself up, fix yourself, so that you can be able to face yourself. So now you can go out in the world and face them as well. So
no, you're absolutely right, Cap. You're absolutely right. Like the generation before was the beginning of the disassociation. The generation before, I remember seeing the movie the Net, when the internet was just a fallacy. Cap, go ahead. Excuse me for a second, Cap.
You talking to me? Yeah.
So like if I may too, just to piggyback off of what Captain Soccer War just said, which is so heavy, like the beautiful thing about the truth is it forces you to face yourself. I have met many sisters who really have a problem with a picture of themselves without a filter. And I would just something as simple as that. And I would ask is like, I know what the real you looks like. Like I met you already. I see you in person. Why are you sending me pictures of yourself? You understand, with a filter on when I know what you look like. And it's like there's this thing that Esau has not cultivated, but he tapped into something that's already there and exploiting it for his benefit, where the insecurity and the not being able to face reality and all those things is like he plays on that. And it's like it damn near breaks my heart to see so many women. It's like you think this is you. It's like you then fell in love with these filters and all these pictures of yourself with filters when, baby girl, that's not you. I understand, it looks good, but it's to the point now where it's like you have deceived yourself into believing, no, this is me. This is me. I remember when I was coming up, The Sims had first came out, and that was so special to us. We stayed on The Sims and got to live a false reality just for a little bit of the day. And I would have never thought that there are people now whose entire life is to slave and then come home and then delve into this false reality and live the majority of their life through this false reality. And Cap Soccer, what you said is dynamic. Like there's so many different levels to it, and I see it in so many different ways in our society. It's to me, it's no different than a drug. It's like you trying to escape reality. So like it.
Yeah.
So like Cap, I don't know if you was gonna say something, but if I could jump back in there, if I could jump back in there, you know what I'm saying? I thank the Lord for the truth, because I'm absolutely one of them brothers that be on the video game, right? And something that somebody said to me, this was years ago, right? I was talking to a sister, right? And I was like, why do y'all sisters be, you ever known a woman that watch like makeup videos? They watch a woman do her makeup and get dolled up, or they watch the big thing on TikTok now is like the get ready with me, where some broad be in a towel, and then I'm going to the grocery store, and then she show her outfit. Then the next video, she got the outfit on, and it's like, why the hell are y'all watching somebody get dressed? I remember talking to a chick like, what y'all get out of that? And she was like, well, you watch cats play basketball. You could just go to the gym. You could go to the basketball court and play basketball yourself. Why you watch the basketball? Why do you watch NFL? You watching these cats run around with this football. I mean, what you get out of it? And she cut me because it was like, it's entertainment. You being entertained by their fan, like they living a dream. It's a fantasy. You watching the game and you enjoying it, but really you like, man, that's got to be amazing to do, to partake in. And then it started to make me think about the video games, right? And this goes beyond the video games, like you were saying, because a lot of these sisters, they can't live without that filter image of themselves. Well, it comes from everywhere. Think of all the apps that we have on our phones, right? On Facebook, you got to have a profile picture. Instagram, profile picture. If you got Snapchat, you got to make a little cartoon character version of yourself, right? I remember when Xbox 360 came out, Xbox had a little computer person you could make of yourself. And in all of these different ways and apps, we're creating images of ourselves that aren't real, but we're projecting who we think we are onto these digital images. You know what I'm saying? Going back to the Sims game, I remember there was this online game. I forget the name of it, but you could create a character in this online world, and you could go through the online world and meet people, and you could go hang out in their little rooms and their little clubs, but it was like your digital person. But you could walk up to them with your cartoon person and then talk with your regular voice. And I remember finding out like cats was meeting girls over there. And I'm like, oh, why would you go and make a digital version of yourself and buy it clothes, pay $5 for little outfits, and go to a digital bar and talk to digital girls when you could just go do that in real life? Not realizing that, again, that anxiety, that uncomfortability of people accepting who they are made it easier for them to hide behind the avatar. You know what I'm saying? And it's the same thing that we're doing with the Instagram and the Facebook. It's just a more hyper realized version, even down to, like I said, still with the video games. I know cats that play Grand Theft Auto, they create a character on that Grand Theft Auto. Who they creating besides who they imagine themselves to be? I know a lot of you brothers like to play the NBA 2K. You play the NBA 2K every year it come out. You pay $70 for NBA 2K and you create a player. Who's the player you create? You know how many brothers make themselves on the game and make themselves 7'3", 210 with all the dribbles and jump shots? That's not really you. You can't get. I play Madden. I go make a coach. I make whoever the best player that retired of that team was. I don't go make me on the video game and be like, yeah, I'm coach so and so, and I'm making light of it. But that's a lot. That's the way that our oppressor has brainwashed so many people into identifying themselves with a version of what they wish they looked like, who they wish they were, who they imagine themselves to be. And a lot of people are living in a fantasy imaginary world that really isn't real. One more thing before I land, it makes me think of the movie The Matrix. In the movie The Matrix, when Neo first woke up and they was in the training program, he said to the Morpheus cat, why do I have my hair and this outfit when in the real world, where's the holes in my arms and the bald head and the thing in my neck? And then Morpheus told him, this is a digital projection of yourself. This is who you imagine yourself to be. And that's what's taking place on the internet. So many people are who they imagine themselves to be, who they wish they could be, rather than being their authentic selves. And that's why it's so difficult, like you said, because you meet a sister, beautiful sister, man, bad and fine, but her self-esteem and her self-worth and her image of herself has been picked at and been wheedled down so much that she can't live without the filter. She can't live without that thing that adds something to her. A lot of sisters can't live without the makeup, can't live without the, the hair piece or the eyelashes. So many brothers, I've known cats that would not come into the truth because they couldn't cut their dreads off. Cats wouldn't come into the truth because they couldn't stop getting the shape up. And it's like, you cannot. Your life has to be about more than this physical thing. Your life has to be about more than some image that you're trying to project or something this world has taught you to hold on to, man. I remember when I was younger, and I still can't find the scripture, but my grandmother used to always say, you got to wear this world like a loose fitting garment. You know what I'm saying? Meaning you can't really get caught up in what this world has to offer and what this world is about, because you really should be about what the Lord is about establishing the life, or living the life that the Most High wants you to live. And again, in the ISUPK and the Commanding General Yohana, this is the place where brothers and sisters can learn to accept the truth of who they are. Can, first of all, learn the truth of who you are, because a lot of brothers and sisters are confused, not knowing who they are. They haven't imagined, they want to be that imaginary fantasy person, because the real them, they think it's nothing. They think I'm just some bum whose mother was an alcoholic, daddy was a drug addict, or come from a dysfunctional family, and so they have a low self-worth. But man, when you come into the truth and find out that you're a child of the Most High, and your blood is the blood that runs through your veins is the same blood that ran through the veins of Moses and Jesus Christ and David and Solomon and Samson and all these amazing righteous people, it gives you that pride. And in finding that pride, you can also learn the tools necessary to unlock the abilities that those brothers and sisters had to serve the Lord and live a life that's worthwhile. And that is the only way that you're going to escape the attacks of the oppressor, man. All of this, the oppressor wants you to live in his fantasy imaginary world because it makes him God. It makes him the one that's, the creator. It makes him the one that's superior. And the scriptures tells you about that in 2 Thessalonians, the 2nd chapter. But I'll land there, man. But that lecture that General Yohana has coming up in LA on the 3rd is absolutely one that brothers and sisters should tune into and really begin to understand some of the psychological programming that this oppressor has worked on us, because a lot of brothers and sisters are in a bad spot.
That's right. And to simply put it, the white man is the devil the Bible speaks of.
Most High in Christ.
You understand what I'm saying? And the reason why we could say that is because what you're describing is, like psychological warfare. And and he is the best at it because he studied it. He studied it and he know, what you want. He know he could put you in a situation to oppress you and then give you a game that give you some type of hope, some type of escape. You understand? Then he give you the drugs to try and get. No, the brothers who ain't doing the drugs, guess what they're doing? Video games.
On the video games.
You understand what I'm saying? The sisters who ain't trying to go to the bar, you know what I mean, to escape. Guess what they're doing? They're on Facebook. They're looking for likes. You understand? They're on Instagram looking for likes. So he already knows the psychology in what oppression does to you. And he gives you a place to go escape to it, not knowing that Negro, what playing video games, going on the internet, going on Facebook, and doing all these, you know what I mean, entertainment, you're not going to get out of the oppression like that. That is like, you know what I mean, that's just you, you know what I mean, taking a, you know what I mean, like a band-aid, you know what I mean, to, you know what I mean, to a woman, you trying to hide it. It's there. You know what I mean? What's going to stop this soul from, you know what I mean, coming back? What's going to do it? You understand? And video games give you a way, give you a nice way to hide it. You know what I mean? So now you could put that headphones on, put a game control in your hand, and you in control. And you know what I mean, whatever is going on, that house could be dirty as whatever. That phone could be ringing, and you in that world. You know what I mean? You in that game world. You in that porn world. You in whatever world the white man done created to distract you from what reality is. You know what I mean? And the nice thing about the truth is the truth bring you to reality. It brings you to Negro. You have a problem. You know what I mean? You have a serious problem. And if you don't get help for it, you know what I mean, you'll be going down the same road them pigs went down and jump off a cliff, meaning you are going to be in the grave, Negro, if you don't change your life. And I'm saying this for brothers and sisters. You don't change your life, you know what I mean, and go according to how the Lord laid down. You know what I mean? We're going to continue to be destroyed in this place, man. You know what I mean? You better come and hear it from a man of the Lord who's going to show you how to fight it. You know what I mean? You could play video games, but you're going to have to be strong enough to know that this is just a game. You understand? This is just a game. You know what I mean? And not for it to take over your entire life. So now you're saying now, you know what I mean, half the day playing game. You understand? 5 hours, you know what I mean, into it, you know what I mean, you into it, you playing game, the baby need to get fed, the baby crying too much because you had to, you know what I mean, finish this level. You understand? Or you a sister, and this the baby crying, you know what I mean, but you have to get this like, you have to do this video for this like. No, we got to grow up and realize, you know what I mean, that we being oppressed in this place. I mean, and video games are just distractions. You know what I mean? And if it was for me, brother, I'm telling you, I'll tell everybody bring the video games. I'll help them get over it. I'll help you. You know what I mean, with the problem you have. You know what I mean? Just don't look. Turn away. I'll get rid of the problem for you. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You sisters, you know what I mean? I'll help you. I'll give you, you know what I mean? I wish, you know what I mean? I had that app where I could make all the thumbs, you know what I mean, down. You know what I mean? I'll help you. You understand? To get it to wake up quick and realize, shut that shit off. And get to the real world. You know what I mean? And change your life. You know what I mean? Instead of saying, you know what I mean, well, this is all I have and this is it, and I'm going to just have to accept it. No, you don't have to.
Right.
You know what I mean? You're being oppressed. You don't have to accept it. You can make a change and show the Lord. I yield.
Come on, if I may. Too, just to piggyback on what both of y'all said, too, just to, in the movie The Matrix, I don't know if people remember, but when those that were in the Matrix, their whole purpose was to be a battery for the robot society, for the society that had taken over. Like they were literal batteries to power the empire. And it's the same thing here, like being so intertwined and caught up in Esau's false reality. you power Esau's reality versus now unplugging from his matrix and no longer being part of one of the batteries that helps to power this false reality. And that's why coming in here, hearing the white man is the devil was freeing to me, because it was like this was something that helped me unplug from this matrix. It was, I thought that I had to join the matrix. I had to be a part of this place, and I had to help power this place, and maybe I can get, a piece of this place. And then hearing in DC, 7 to H, the white man is the devil, and seeing brothers hold the Bible while saying it, because that's what blew my mind. Like, hold on, it's way different. And it was like the missing puzzle piece for me, because it's like, okay, this is what I needed. And I felt it helped me fully unplug from the matrix and no longer now help this place power and thrive like so many Black and Hispanics do. You know what I'm saying? Because us being in their false reality, they created it. So they benefit from it. And that's what we're doing when we refuse to live in God's reality. That's why Esau had to create a false reality, because he's not God. And as much as he want to lie to himself, he is not God in this real reality. You know what I'm saying? The Most High God is God, and he finds out very quickly with a tornado. It's always laugh when I see an aftermath of them videos with tornadoes and natural disasters, because Esau is reminded, you are but a man, flesh and blood. And as much as you try to create a false reality where you're God, in the real reality, you are easily disposable. And so that's why it's good for us, God's children, to dwell in God's reality. Salaki.
If I could, because what you're saying is heavy, in that in the world, in the real world, the only way that you can be real is serving the Lord.
That's right.
Like, we don't, Salaki, if I could, we the only free niggas on the planet right now.
Yeah.
Like, you can't say anything controversial in real life. You'll lose your job. People will hate you. You get ostracized. You can't have an opinion that's contrary to what they're telling you on the news in real life. I get on this. I get on this TikTok. I'm trying to boost my social media presence and get the school popping on there. And I'm making these videos, and these cats in these comments are saying what they really feel and they think behind some imaginary profile they made up. They want to say these things in real life. They want to say it out in public. They want to talk about, the unaliving of Charlie Kirk and how horrible, Black people are. They want to say these things in real life, but they can't. They don't have the freedom. We're the only men on the planet that our man can have more than one wife, and we stand on that. We meet women in the street and say, yeah, I got a woman at home. I got 2 women. But, if I decide I want to have a third, that's why we talking. There are men who have been lying for 50 years about having another woman and creating a false reality for the woman they're with, that you're the only one, you're gonna be my only one forever. And she know it ain't real, he know it ain't real, but he's not serving the Lord, so he can't be free to say, I want to be with these other women. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just a small example, but we're the only free people on the planet, and it is because we serve the Lord. When you serve the Most High and you obey him, there is no fear of what this world can do for you standing on the Most High's truth. But when you're not standing with the Most High, you, like Charlie Kirk, say what you think and what you feel, and then you're unalive. You like, the people who try to stand on what they believe and stand on their truth, if they're not recognizing the true power, recognizing the Most High in this world, you'll die for saying what you think. You'll lose your life for saying what you believe. The only way that you're going to be able to be real and keep it real is serving the Most High. Nothing is realer than that. And there is no realer person, no realer man, no realer woman on the planet than the men and the women in the ISUPK who serve the Most High and learn the truth and stand on it. It's the only way that you can be authentic in this world we're living in.
That's right. You know what I
You
mean?
know what I'm saying?
Gone. What your brother saying is heavy. What we're trying to tell you, Black people, is to come in here, man.
Gone.
Like, you don't know whether you have addiction or not. You know what I mean? But you do have an addiction. You know what I mean? And you're going to come in here and get the right help that you need to fight that addiction. You understand? The world will rather you sleep. The world will rather Black people not fight. You understand? I'm not talking about physical fight. I'm talking about mental. Like, Black people mentally fatigue in this place because of oppression. And you know what I mean, the truth teach you how to, you know what I mean, how to get over that fatigue. You understand? That Saturday is, you know what I mean, at camp. Oh boy. That's a, you know what I mean, that's a good exercise, you know what I mean, for your brain to fight oppression. You know what I mean? Them classes you're coming to is a good way to fight oppression. You understand? You're gonna have to come in here and do it. You know what I mean? These other groups, they're not doing it. They don't care about, you know what I mean, you know what I mean, mentally. They don't care about you. All they want is your money. You understand? Your money, money, money. You understand? You better come in here and pay your tithes. That's all. You're all required to do. Pay your tithes. If you want to donate, you donate. But pay your tithes to the priests and prophets of the Lord. You understand? And you'll see what the Lord gonna do. You'll see. You know what I mean? Like Esau, he didn't play video games and took over this place. When they was taking over this place, what he was doing, he was facing reality. He was facing the fact that England was oppressing them. And they waked up and went to war with England. Not saying we're going to go to war with him physically as yet. We're going to wait until Christ come back. But first, we're going to have to get right with the Lord. First, we're going to have to recognize that there are guidelines in this Bible, there are laws in this Bible we have to follow. And ain't no getting around it. Your preacher try to make it get around it. You understand? By lying to you. You try to make it get around it. But it ain't no getting around not eating pork, not eating crab, shrimp, and lobster. Ain't no getting around that. You understand? The video games, this entertainment is not going to teach you what the Lord wants you to do. You understand? Instead, it's going to now put you in a world where you're going to think, nah, I'm free. Negro, yeah, you're free to play that video game. You're free to get on Facebook. You're free to get a thumbs up, them likes. Free to be on Instagram. You understand? But you're not free, Negro. You're not. I mean, and these type of entertainment with all the priests and prophets to guide you, you will forever think you're free. You know what I mean? Because you're able to play video games, because you're able to, you know what I mean, go to the store, you think you're free when you're not free. You know what I mean? Yeah.
If I could, because if you could get Romans chapter 6, verse 16.
Sir.
And what brothers and sisters got to understand is that the reality of life is you have to choose what your vice is going to be. You have to choose what your addiction is going to be, right? A lot of brothers and sisters are addicted to things that they didn't willingly choose, right? Your circumstances and the way that you were raised, your condition of life is the reason why you're addicted to social media. It's the reason why you're addicted to drugs or addicted to the likes, like Captain Nine Thought was saying. You brothers that's addicted to pornography and addicted to video games. A lot of those things happen and you were not aware of it happening. What happens when you learn the truth, man, and you begin to wake up is you can now choose for the Lord to be your addiction. You can now choose for the truth to be the thing that you give your undivided attention to. Like Captain Nine Doc was saying, you got to get in the classes. You know what I'm saying? Brothers as officers, you got to get in the work, man. You got to get to camp. And understand this, for some of you brothers that's seasoned and been around, you stop going to camp if you want to. You know what I'm saying? You stop going to class thinking you don't got to tune into class on Monday and Thursday. And, you know, you may be teaching one class a week and you think that's all you got to do. Brother, you will find yourself losing your zeal. You will find yourself losing your spirit. You sisters, y'all coming to school and be super zealous, get married, and now you just that brother's wife and you stop watching class and you come around for the high holy days, but you think you're going to still be that same woman you were when you were watching class every day, every week, but now you don't tune in no more because you married. You're going to fall back to being that person that you used to be, and that's what's going to be the problem in your relationship. That's what's going to be the reason why you can't advance in the work of the Lord. That's going to be the reason why, you know, the brothers don't never stick when they come around, and you can't raise your camp up, and, you know, the things in your personal life aren't lining up with the desires and the ambitions you have. Maybe you got to reconnect back to the Lord and find out, you know, get back to the place where you were when you first came into the truth. And the only way you're going to do that is if you willingly choose for the Lord to be the priority in your life. So lock it.
That's right.
If you could, because
the book of Romans, chapter 6, verse 16. Know ye not that to whom ye yield yourselves, know ye not that to whom ye yield yourselves servants to obey. His servants ye are to whom ye obey. Whether
you understand?
of sin,
No, you got to go ahead and finish it. Go ahead and finish it.
Kawakan, whether of sin unto death or of obedience unto righteousness.
Regardless, whoever you choose to serve, that's who you're going to obey. A lot of you are obeying, you're obeying your flesh because that's all you knew. You didn't know there was an alternative. Right. Now you're starting to wake up to the truth, and you're able to choose. Am I going to watch class tonight? Am I going to go to the school? Am I going to physically go to the school? Or am I just going to watch online? Some of you brothers, you got families and jobs, and it's hard. You get work Friday night, and man, I got camp tomorrow. I don't know. Trust me, you need to get to that camp and get out there and speak and get out there and read and just get out there and hold posts, because it is what refreshes your spirit out. It's what reinvigorates that part of you that wants to serve the Lord. You understand? Right. You have to feed that thing inside of you that wants to serve the Lord, or else it'll die. You understand? And you can be passive aggressive about serving the Lord if you want to. You can be relaxed about being in the truth and showing up on time and being where you're supposed to be and following orders if you want to. Nobody gonna force a crown on your head. Beautiful thing about when I came in the truth down there in DC, man, and I promise y'all, I miss y'all brothers a lot being down here in Memphis, man, is that nobody gonna fight you about nothing. You don't want to do it, you don't want to show up, no sweat. Lord be with you. And that is a scary thing, in that you feel weak. And hey, Salaki, if you need some help, you get some counsel. But if not, the Lord be with you. Right. This is something you got to desire for yourself. You gotta want to serve the Lord. Nobody gonna force you. Nobody gonna come knocking at your door. Nobody going, hey man, what's going on? I ain't seen you in a couple of weeks. I hope you ain't falling weak. This ain't that place. You gotta want to serve the Lord, and the only way that you're gonna keep that zeal is if you choose to be zealous. You got to choose to feed that thing inside of you that wants to serve the Lord. And you can choose to be passive aggressive about the Lord if you want to, but Satan is not passive aggressive.
That's right.
Satan is never relaxed. Satan is never chilling and laying back. Satan ain't never like, yeah, I'm gonna give him a break. You think you're gonna just be relaxed about coming to class and going to camp and doing the things you're supposed to do? Satan is aggressive. That's the reason why you're not doing it. You think that you're choosing, to just, I don't feel like doing it this week. That's Satan saying, I don't feel like doing it. You're not checking in, not filling your report. You think that's, I just ain't got it. That's Satan that's telling you that you ain't got it. And you got to recognize that Satan is on his job 24/7, which means what? You can't relax. You can't take a day off. You can't take a week off. You understand? If you're going through something and you're feeling some kind of way, get some counsel, so you can stay strong. But you got to stay around the brothers. You got to stay around the sisters. You got to stay in class. You got to stay engulfed in this culture around righteous people. You understand? Go not being around brothers and sisters that's serving the Lord for a week or two and be around people in the world. It's going to start rubbing off on you. Their weakness is going to be your weakness. Their excuses are going to be your excuses. Their being pacified with the video games and the pornography and the evils that's out here are going to be the things that pacify you. Or you could surround yourself with brothers and sisters who are constantly fighting, men who do the right thing all the time. You understand? These brothers don't have to say Salaki. These brothers don't have to get checked 1,000 times because they're doing what they're supposed to do. Why? Because they're here. Because they're serious about serving the Lord. They're serious about not allowing the opportunity the Lord has given them to serve him and to receive a crown go by without them fighting for it. Salaki.
That's right.
You understand? Yeah. I don't know why my camera went out, but yeah, Salaki, the scripture that you read, Kazak, is on point. Brothers and sisters should take heed to it. Whoever you choose to serve, that's who you're going to serve, and that's who you're going to obey. Before, you didn't have a chance. You didn't know what options were available. But once you get the knowledge of the truth, you got to choose to serve the Lord, or else you're going to find yourself serving Satan. Salaki, I yield. I yield.
Yes,
Salaki, did y'all want to get into some of these stories? I know Captain Shaka started off.
That's exactly what I was saying. What story you all want to get into?
Come. If you want to, so we can start with the government shut down. So, like, if I could, confession good for the soul of the water, because like the brother told me my headpiece was low to the side. Y'all know my vision ain't all the way straight now, man. So sometimes I'm thinking I'm lining it up right, but over here a little bit. So like it, the water for getting me right. I did not have it like that on purpose. Now I got the brotherhood of weapon. You had to get me right out the water. I appreciate it.
Don't sweat, sir. Don't sweat. I was like, that's the style. I was like, that's so weird.
That just show how brotherly y'all are, man. He like, man, can't sock. You see, sock man had the crown to the side. That was on the water though. I appreciate you.
Man. You all want to start with the mass shooting tracker?
Yeah,
we can do whatever you want to start, sir. Let's get it. Let's get it.
U.S. mass shootings in 2025. 384 U.S. mass shootings in 2025.
Wow.
6,000.
What you know the definition that they use for mass shooting?
It says the mass shooting. Oh, Slugger, hold on. It should have it right here.
What do they define as mass shooting? Oh, look right here. Yeah, it says we define a mass shooting as a single outburst of violence in which 4 or more people are shot.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
Kawakan, sir. So it's 6,916 mass shootings since January 1st, 2013.
Mm-hmm.
And 0 days since last mass shooting.
That's a lot. Every day it's a mass shooting. So like, Cap, you got it.
No, you're right. You know what I mean? And he had to go and define it like this. Why? Because he know black men in the streets. You know what I mean? We warring against each other. Why? Because he done put a bone in the middle of 2 hungry dogs. You understand? He done put a bone in the middle. And brothers don't understand that when we unalive each other, when we behave in that manner, you know what I mean? He is sitting back and he's watching and he is just waiting for the opportune time to just come and do what? Clean up. Because that's what remember Donald Trump, his speech, he said to the generals in the U.S. military, he told them, yo, we should be using cities like Chicago for you all to practice. Like, why would he even say some crap like that? You remember Barack Obama? Barack Obama's statement was what? He's not the president of just Black America. He's the president of all America. Now, Donald Trump is making this statement. Who is he the president of? And that's what black people going to have to wake up and realize. You understand? When Barack Obama was the president for white America, just like Donald Trump. You understand? Just one is in your face and saying it, the other is being sly, is being deceitful about it. You understand? Like, we're going to have to wake up and recognize that this year, with all this mass shooting, right? We know that the so-called Caucasians, they the mass shooters. But they're trying to throw in when a single outburst of violence in which 4 or more people are shot. Now, who is that directed to? So now, guess what? Black people might look like they're what? They're on top of the list. A mass shooting. And this is just beef in the streets. Right? Go ahead. Read on.
Kawakan, can you hear me, sir?
Yeah.
Kawakan. The Mass Shooter Tracker is a crowdsourced database of U.S. mass shootings. We define a mass shooting as a single outburst of violence in which 4 or more people are shot. This is not the same as mass murder as defined by the FBI.
Wow.
It just has the dates of the different occurrences of shootings.
Yeah.
The whole list.
Yeah, Shalom Shakatam.
Hey, Shakatam.
So like it, Cap, if I could get Isaiah chapter 32 and verse 5, like this oppressor has mastered the art of, confounding people with language, right? Like they take these words, like we just read, they redefine what a mass shooting was.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And the reason for the need to have to redefine what it is because what these devils and what these oppressors are doing is different than the violence that occurs in the hood.
Yeah.
It's different than the violence that occurs in out of poverty and out of desperation and out of frustration. The violence that we experience, like I said, in our community is very different than the mass shootings that they are conducting.
Yeah.
Going into an elementary school and unaliving everybody, driving your truck into a church and then unaliving everybody and blowing up the church. You know what I'm saying? Hell, going on the roof of a college campus while somebody's out there speaking and unaliving, and that, you know what I'm saying? Like that's different than what we have going on.
Yeah.
And so there's a need to have to redefine what it means because we got to make a distinction between the senseless unaliving of large numbers of people for no reason and the violence that occurs out of poverty and desperation and in many ways, mental instability. The same way that they're redefining terms like mass shooter, there are other terms that have to be redefined. And the Bible gives you an example of that right here in Isaiah chapter 32, verse 4.
That's right.
Oh, Isaiah 32 and 5. Salaki, if you can read it.
Counsel. The book of Isaiah chapter 32 and verse 5. The vile person shall be no more called liberal, nor the cruel said to be bountiful.
You understand? The vile person shall no more be called liberal. Today, the people that are now, what does it mean to be liberal? If I could, Captain, let me get a dictionary definition for y'all, just so we can understand what the Bible definition of these terms are. The word liberal today means something different than the way that the Lord was speaking of the liberal here. The Lord said here that the vile person is going to no longer be called liberal. You understand? There are people who are vile and disgusting and heinous and wicked, but they are called liberal. You understand? What does that word liberal mean? Here in the Webster's Dictionary, it says...
I got it right here, Cap.
Oh, go ahead. You got it.
Liberal, inclined to be open to ideas and ways of behaving that are not conventional or traditional.
And you hear all them, you hear all of that, the way that they phrase that? To be liberal is to inclined to be open to new ideas and ways of behaving that are not conventional or traditional. It's okay to think outside the box. It's okay to be open-minded. It's okay to see things another way. When what other way is there to see it besides the way the Lord established it?
That's right.
The conventional way is the way the Lord established it. The traditional way is the righteous way. You want to see things a different way. You want to see things the way that Satan wants you to see it. You want to see things that's pleasing to your oppressor and advancing all of his ideologies and philosophies, and that goes against the Lord. Well, the Most High said in Isaiah that there's going to come a time where the vile person is no longer going to be called liberal. For years, y'all looked at us like we was crazy, man, thinking something wrong with us when we was telling you that the devil is the devil regardless of what side of the eagle he stands on. Whether he's on the right wing, the Republican side of the devil, or the left or of the eagle, or the left wing on the Democratic what's the other damn thing? Republicans and the Democrats. He on the Democratic side of the eagle. They're all the devil.
That's right.
You call them liberal when the liberal ones are the ones responsible for Planned Parenthood and the unaliving of millions of black babies since 1973. You call them liberal, but they're the ones that's in charge of the welfare programs that broke up black families and had black men demonized in their households, in their communities, and the reason why so many of us grew up without our families intact. You call them liberal, but they're the ones that's responsible for the jobs leaving our communities and for us not being able to feed ourselves and to provide for ourselves. Today, all they tell black, Joe Biden had the nerve to say, if you black and you don't vote for me, then you don't love black people. But they call themselves liberal. The Bible says they are vile and disgusting. You understand? They ain't gonna be called liberal no more because right now they trying to make it seem like only these Republicans are violent, only these right wingers are violent. That is not true. You understand? They look at the statistics of these mass shooters. A lot of them are right wing. A lot of them are conservative, but not all of them. Which means what? There's some of them on that other side, and the Bible said they're not going to be called liberal no longer. You understand? The second half of that verse where it says the churl is no longer going to be called bountiful. To be churl is to be, have low morals, to have no real values. Yeah, we brought up a story last week about how they had to rally for Charlie Kirk's memorial service in Arizona. The damn Grinder app crashed. They supposed to be Republican, God-fearing, patriotic Americans with traditional values, but yet all the LGBTQ and the fuzzy fun boys was having a good time down there. They're no longer going to be called, the churl is no longer going to be looked at like they're upstanding and they're beautiful and they're modest. Everyone is going to know who the devil is, and the Lord is making sure that all of these unalive and these mass casualty events is allowing the world to see who really is the cruel, who really is the evil. And it's not the people who are starving and in poverty and acting out of desperation. It's these people who really have the whole world in their hands and still have a thirst for blood.
That's right. Yeah. And go ahead.
Yes, like I said, if I may, and just being down in the Caribbean, what we experience as well to a lot of people doesn't really have the opportunity to see the insight, especially Black people, down in the Caribbean. And what is being brought out here is like a deep insight of what you would be, coming up against when you actually visit or go to America. Because now to understand what our family is and, the value of our family, and when that family will bring that warning, towards other siblings, towards other relatives, it is of utmost importance. And what is being brought out here, as we say, in this house, which is the house of the Lord, the ISUPK, right, which was being brought out since 1969. Black men, righteous Black men holding down this truth and be able to impart this word onto other righteous Black men to continue on this line. And the example is right before us now, and we should really take heed and not look at this, because now the echo that is being echoed in this room towards our family is of utmost importance. So don't just feel that they could run up or go or travel anyway without understanding the concept of family, because now this beast, just like the stats was just read, ready to unalive you, ready to put you in the ground, because now he have a purpose and he belong to a family, and that family need to be identified or highlighted. And this is the warning that we're bringing out here right now. So to all of that. So
that's right. What's saying, sir? Kazak, go back to the text you was reading, right?
Kawakan.
And click on learn more.
Kawakan, sir.
Right. This is to explain what Captain Saka was trying to bring out also too, when it comes to Esau and the way his language is. You understand? You click on learn more.
Yep.
It should have something pop up where it say about my shooting tracker.
Yep, I got it right here, sir.
Go ahead.
About the mass shooting tracker. Welcome to the mass shooting tracker, as featured by CNN, MSNBC, the New York Times, the Washington Post, the Economist, and more.
And now those are major news stations, right?
Right.
And now because of this war with the Palestinian and the Israelis, you're getting to see that these major news stations, they have an agenda. You understand? And the agenda is to paint minorities as criminals.
Yeah.
That's why we have a story here where it's trying to paint the young Black men as being gangsters. You understand? When the real gangsters is in Israel.
That's right.
Them is real gangsters. You understand? Like, just imagine you committing a genocide and you able to come, you hop on a plane act and go and speak in front of the world. You are a criminal. You know what I mean? And you able to come and speak as you innocent. Why? Why are you able to? Because you're a real gangster. Them little boys, you don't took the father out of the house. You don't took him out of the house. So who are you looking up to now? And you're pumping Scarface and all these drug dealing movies down the throat. You understand?
Right.
You don't taught these you don't take these fathers out of the house and taught these young boys that the gangster life is the way of life. Because you don't go around the earth being a gangster.
Right.
Going around the earth, you know what I mean, bullying people. And these young black kids now, what do I have to look up to? You get them Martin Luther King. You think these young black men don't realize Martin Luther King was a sellout? You don't think they realize he's a sellout? They do.
That's right.
They do. Right? Read on.
Kawakan. Far too many incidents of gun violence do not make the mainstream news at all. Why? Because the mainstream media's definition of mass shooting should more accurately be described as mass murder. The current FBI definition of mass murder, commonly accepted by the media as a proxy for mass gun violence, is 3 or more people murdered in one event. We believe this does not capture the whole picture. Many people may survive a shooting based on luck alone. Some may be left with lifelong disabilities and trauma, but the mainstream definition of mass gun violence does not account for this. Here at the Mass Shooting Tracker, we count the number of people shot rather than the number of people killed, because shooting means people shot. For instance, in 2012, Travis Steed and others shot 18 people total. Miraculously, he only killed 1. Under the incorrect definition used by the media and the FBI, excuse me, and the FBI, that event would not be considered a mass shooting. Arguing that 18 people shot during one event is not a mass shooting is absurd. Our definition is this: a mass shooting is an incident where 4 or more people are shot in a single shooting spree. This may include the gunman himself or police shootings of civilians around the gunman.
Right.
Besides,
see what they're trying to do, right? So now they're not okay. That definition is still so broad.
Yeah.
You understand? Like you know what I mean? Like, for certain things, they want to leave the black culture out of. Then for other things, they want to include the black culture. So you can hide, you know what I mean, the white crime. Right. You understand? You want to hide that white crime when the 4 mass shootings that took place in 24 hours was you devils.
Right.
Was you. You understand? Like, when we have our beef, it's in the hood. Why? Right. Because the factions fighting. Because you don't go and create certain factions like the Crips and the Bloods. And now you just put them to fight against each other. And these young men, they don't even know that. Why? Go back again. The father is not there. Father is not there. You understand? And they're taking total advantage of the situation. For example, PTSD. Okay, that whole definition of PTSD, who do they align it with?
The white man soldier, sir.
Yes. They will never align it with black men.
Right.
They'll never put that on black men. They will never say we acting the way we acting is because of PTSD. Right. Because of what happened to us. They'll never say it. They'll keep it for their men. For example, the shooter that did the crime in the church when he drove this van in. They're just trying to say he's suffering from PTSD because he was a veteran. You understand? When then you're gonna have an excuse for all these white men that are doing the shooting, even the one that did it in North Carolina, the one who went on his boat and was shooting.
Yep.
They said he had he got shot in his head, and they don't know if it's by friendly fire or by, you know what I mean, whoever. So now they're trying to say what? That he has PTSD, that he has some brain damage. So that's why he went and did what he did. You understand? They have an excuse for when they do it. But this whole mass shooting, this whole definition of mass shooting is to try and put it, well, you know what I mean, black men do it too. Well, let's dig deeper. What's the reason black men doing it? No, what's the reason you white people doing it? What's the reason? You all run the freaking earth. What's the reason you all doing it? Who oppressing you, white man? Who sent you to Afghanistan or to Iraq? Your own people. You understand? They send you across there. They mess you up. We didn't do it. So that gives you all the right to now oppress us in all manner, ways and manner, systematic. It could be the medical. You understand? It could be in schools. Just imagine you have schools and black people can't tell black people what their kids supposed to study in school. You can imagine you doing the small arts that. You telling the small arts, your kids not going to learn about this. They're going to learn about what we want them to learn about. Oh, there'll be problems in the streets. Be problems. But we have to learn what you all want us to learn. You understand? Like, judging from what's going on in this place, we could see that you all run the earth. You can see it. Now, what's your issue? What's your problem? Right? Read on.
Kawakan. It says, besides the clarity provided by tracking mass shootings this way, another benefit is that it removes the factor of our miraculous modern medical care system for the equation. The gun lobby benefits from our tremendous ability to save those who would otherwise die, even though those gunshot victims are still just as shot and will never be the same. The NRA evades the gigantic cost of gun injuries to society and shifts the burden to taxpayers, who often pay the cost for the medical care of the wounded. Maintaining a list like this also punches a hole in the NRA argument that if mass shootings are televised, more mass shootings will occur via copycats. In fact, most of these shootings do not receive more than a day's worth of local coverage.
No, hold on, because I did saying that there was coverage of mass shooting when Billy the Kid was running around. They don't need to cover mass shooting.
Right.
You know what I mean? And the oppressor will find something to unalive.
Right.
You understand? And he knows his society. That's why his society makes his society go to war ever so often. Because he know if they bottle up that, you know what I mean, that thirst for blood, it's going to be in the streets of America. So now they have to make enemies outside. Now the Iranians is the enemy. Now Hamas is the enemy. Now the Muslims are the enemy. You black people, you the enemy too. You're the reason why America is the way it is. You understand? They get bloodthirsty. So now they have to create this type of society.
Right? If
Any
I may,
more? Come on.
And what you said is so heavy. Trump just announced it at the military meeting with all the generals. The enemy is within America.
Yeah.
That's what he said out of his own mouth, meaning
Out of his own mouth.
out of his own mouth. The enemy is already within America. And I'm willing to bet he's not talking about the white men who will go and shoot up anything. He's talking about the people that make America run, which
That's
are
right.
blacks and Hispanics. He is going to make an enemy out of us through lies and propaganda. Like if you think about the very last thing that lying devil Charlie Kirk was saying before he lost his life, he was talking about this. He was getting ready to lie and manipulate the entire conversation, just like this is describing.
Yes.
The very last thing before he got hit in the neck was they asked him about mass shootings, and he tried to deflect and say, "You mean the gang violence?"
Yeah,
Like,
you see,
deflect from white men being murderers, and
Yes.
somehow paint this false belief that blacks and Hispanics are so violent, and the Lord got him out the way. That was that the Lord did that. You understand? The Lord is the author of everything, and it's unfortunate that he lost his life because we should live in a society where people are not murdered unjustly. But
Yes.
this is what happens when the wicked are in authority.
Yes.
You are mourning for Charlie Kirk because white people are wicked. And you're wicked because you lie. You lie about everything and trying to paint us as to be the violent and the criminal in a country that was built by the most severe violence and the most terrible criminal acts at the hands of white people. I mean, I see what the Bible says when it says the pride of thine heart have deceived thee, because you devils are delusional. You bug the head out.
That's right. Because, brother, I'm telling you, if they show us what's going on across there in the Middle East, black people will look like saints are. I'm telling you. If we really start to show them pictures, if we really start to show what's going on, we will look as, you know what I mean? And that's why they have to try to control the media. That's why they're controlling it. So you control the media, you control the language. You understand? You try to control everything, but one thing you don't have a control of is the Mosai. And he have a way he brings things out to let the earth see with their own eyes. You understand? You know what I mean? You buy love, Mr. White Man. I get to realize that. You are buying love. Money will run out. Let's see if your friends gonna be around when that money run out. Let's see if your money, you know what I mean? If your friends gonna be sitting with you when that money run out. You're paying people what? They're paying people or influencers $7,000 a post for their propaganda. $7,000 a post. Who's the gangster now? You understand? Paying this, you know what I mean, having these, 150 million to push your propaganda. Who's the gangster? I'm telling you, if they leave, Kamal Jahan always say, if you leave black people alone, we're going to fix ourselves. We're going to fix ourselves. We're going to sit back and watch you devils go at each other's neck. And be like, yo, why are you all doing this? The world in turmoil because you devils can't live in peace. You can't. You have Russia, who can't stay in the borders because they're done paranoid that America on the border. You understand? Then you get the white man in the Middle East, the Caucasians, the Europeans in the Middle East, who can't stay in the borders. They want to go and conquer the Middle East. You all are the problem on the earth. Everybody talking about we want gun laws. We need Caucasian laws. We need more laws for you Caucasian, because you're breaking every one of them.
So, like I said, if I could bring it full circle, the oppressor here, he got them video games, because everywhere where they don't have them video games, they going to war.
Yeah,
the people want to go conquer something. They want to go. They ain't playing no Call of Duty. They answering the call for duty. You understand? Like they are, and our oppressors are so evil in that it's such a culture vulture a lot of people don't know that the concept of a scapegoat comes out of the Bible.
Yeah.
You go in the Bible, man. You go in the Old Testament. There was when a time fell on the people, man, where there was sin in the land. The Lord gave the priest permission to get a goat and to put the sin of the people on. You can correct me if I'm paraphrasing it wrong, Cap. But the Lord allowed for the priest to take a goat and to put the sins of the people on the goat and to sacrifice the goat to the Lord to admit to take away the evil from among us. You understand? And that's what the oppressor tries to do with Black and Hispanic people today.
Yeah.
They don't want to deal with the reality of the mass shootings in America. They don't want to accept that their people have a problem being violent and have a bloodthirst that can't be satisfied. So to keep from addressing the issue of themselves, they want to make us the scapegoat. They want to sacrifice us. They want to sacrifice Blacks and Hispanics and our image on the world stage by trying to demonize us and make us look like we're the violent ones and we're the criminals and we're the ones who have a bloodthirst when really it's them.
Yeah.
You understand? And because of the evil of all the years that have passed of them trying to make us the scapegoat, the Lord is making sure now that everybody is able to see who really is the villain, who really is the criminal, who really has a bloodthirst. And it goes beyond just what's happening here, like the Cap bringing out. That's what's happening over there in Russia and Ukraine. You understand? In the Middle East with Israel and them committing genocide against them Gazans. You understand? They everywhere where you see the pale face, blood and death and destruction is to follow, because they are the criminal on the earth. They are the devil that the Bible speaks of. They are the violent people in the earth today. You understand? I yield, Salaki.
Okay. You want to jump into the into another story?
Sir, can we go to the Pete Hegg self, Baba Kashar?
Yeah, come
Yeah,
on.
let's
Get it, yeah. Coming up on the time, man, for sure.
Kawakar, sir. That is number.
Man, I know them generals pissed the F off.
Salaki, sir. But just to set the stage while the brother getting the story, they pulled every general and every high-ranking officer from every mission, every base, every operational field they were in, and brought all of them to Quantico, Virginia, which if y'all don't know, that's about maybe a 45-minute drive south of DC. Quantico is a Marine base that's right outside of DC, and they got a big facility there. But they brought all of their high-ranking military officials into a room to get berated by an alcoholic who never was in the military. And it's absolutely, and I don't know what that's. I've never been in Esau's armed services or any of his structured type of officer type of rankings with the police or anything like that. But I can only imagine how infuriating it was for those men who have dedicated their lives to serving in this military, to serve their life, to give their life, to die for what they believe in and to die for their country, and to have somebody come up there and berate them about, the brother gonna read the story. It just had to be, we talking about take morale and just shoot it all the way down the drain. That's what that was the other day. Zach, you got it.
Kawakan, sir. Trump calls for using U.S. cities as a training ground for military in unusual speech to generals. President Donald Trump.
That in itself is crazy.
Insane.
That in itself, like any military person listening to that dude, to that president, they will say he's crazy.
Yep.
You understand? And believe you me, he just is almost like, okay, it's almost like what he's saying is to try to aggravate, the people, the public, or to deflect, the public's sight on other things.
Come.
If you understand what I'm saying, like he's saying stuff so left field, like you had to sit back and wonder, what the hell is he talking about?
Come.
Not knowing something going on in the Middle East, brewing in the Middle East.
Come.
Remember, you ain't hear nothing reported since Charlie Cook. Everything been what? Stifled.
Come.
And And then I know you all heard the news that they came on board. They're about to buy TikTok.
Yep.
So now they're about to, and that's what they're going to do. They, instead of them trying to fix themselves and make things right, they are trying to now put the blame on other people and make themselves look like victims. You understand? Go ahead, Kazak. Can read on.
President Donald Trump on Tuesday proposed using American cities as training grounds for the armed forces and spoke of needing U.S. military might to combat what he called the invasion from within.
You understand? And it's to the point where you can see too, where it's almost like all the wars they've been in so far for the last, 20 years, 50 years, they came up short.
Yep.
You understand? And now he trying to make them, go to war with what they call soft targets to win, to make it look like it's a victory for you. No, go fight Russia. Go fight Russia. Send your men them to go fight Russia. Send them to go fight them Chinese who you're jealous of. Because that's why Hexet really brought them there. You understand? Because them Chinese made them look, boy, like they were, playing hopscotch and moral in that military. You understand? They look, ain't one. Hexet say, I'm gonna let you read. It's a lucky.
Addressing an audience of military brass abruptly summoned to Virginia, Trump outlined a muscular and at times norm-shattering view of the military's role in domestic affairs. He was joined by Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth, who declared an end to woke culture and announced new directives for troops that include gender-neutral or male-level standards for physical fitness. The dual messages underscored the Trump administration's efforts.
And that's exactly what I'm saying. Because with them so-called Chinese, you understand? You ain't see one, one shirt, blouse over our belt. You ain't see none of that. You see, men who training. And he is watching that, and they're watching that, and it's like, we had to do something about this. And instead of make it look, do it in a professional way, this unprofessional, you understand, this unqualified, person, and the two of them unqualified, one ran from serving, the other, he, as I say, he looked, he looked like he smells alcohol. You understand? He looks like, he reeks of it. You understand? And now these men who done climb and work hard in Eastern military to get where they're at, went to school, did everything that was needed for that position. Now you have two unqualified people telling you how you should be. You understand what is that? Like the men who are to go defend your people, defend the nation, you disrespect it in that way.
So, like I said, if I could, if you wanted to make a blueprint for creating dissent amongst the military ranks of a nation, you couldn't draw a game plan any better.
Yeah.
If you wanted to ruin the morale of a military force of a nation, this is the blueprint. You get somebody who's elected, who dodged and ran from war when his time as a man in his youth and full of strength came, he ran from it using his riches and his wealth, right? Then he becomes a president, and the people that he elects are not people who went through the ranks and got it out the mud and actually were about that life. You go hire a cat who sit on TV all day, who's an alcoholic. Let him become president. I mean, let him become and then you change the name of the unit He used to be the Secretary of Defense. Now he's the Secretary of War. You let him call himself the Secretary of War, then he calls all the generals and the life. What's the term they use for cats that give their life to the military?
Lifers or just career
military personnel, right? These cats, their career is being of and about the business of the military. He gets to bring them in a room and tell them how they're fat and out of shape, and he tired of seeing their bellies, and he want no more beardos. He called them beardos. He called them fatties. Like,
yeah,
it was like a goddamn college fraternity roast. This is a room full of serious people, man. Put their life on the line. You get them in a room and call them fatso and beardies or weirdos and tell them that they gotta get back to no more hippies. He was like, we're not Nordic pagans.
Yeah.
Cap, listen, Cap, I will tell you something. I heard him say that, and I was like, this nigga, he need a date.
Yes.
He talking about. He said, if you don't meet the height and the weight requirements, what the fuck is he? Are you a housewife?
Right.
Listen, I wouldn't be surprised. It come out in about maybe next 2 months that some general or some admiral or one of them carriers, one of them big carriers that have all them planes, was tying fire to Mrs. Hegseth. And he had a beard and a belly.
Right.
And she loved that belly.
Right.
She made a comment to old Pete about, I think you should grow a beard and put some weight on. Why don't you put some weight on? Jerry's got a beard, Pete.
Look, he can't grow one, so he mad at all the men who can't. He
Everybody
can't grow
else come back.
He mad. He's sitting there every day with that beard looking strong and big, and he's sitting there just mad, jealous. Just, I'm gonna find a way to fix this. And I guarantee you, they've been saying for weeks now. They've been having arguments behind closed doors amongst the rank and file in Trump's administration. I guarantee you, some fat bearded cat then blazed on this cat and told him that he wasn't nothing, and he come from nothing, and he should shut his mouth and be quiet when they talking. And he said, you know what, I'm gonna fix this. I got something for this.
Cap, it's more than that. If he blazed on him, they would have fought like how white men do. Let's take this outside, buddy. They'd have unloosed their tie. They would have listen. Some big belly bearded Viking. I don't talk like Jasmine Crockett. Some big belly bearded Viking. It's got some big belly bearded barbarian. Beat the brakes off Miss Hegseth. That's what the hell happened. Yeah. That's what the hell happened now. Hunt for Red October with Miss Hegseth.
Right.
A few good men with Miss Hegseth. That's what the hell happened now. Miss Hegseth received the highest standard of military what is the highest standard of male? With the highest male standard.
Right.
Yeah, she know what the highest male standard looks like. So he had to come back and say that's not the highest male standard. Well, listen, we'll see. Mark my words, because this shit don't make no goddamn sense.
It don't.
It makes no. The Bible say age is for wisdom and youth is for strength. Somehow the age men had to go and prove they're strong. So is he going to go on day one of boot camp and eliminate the young officers or the young cadets or the whatever lance corporals or whatever they are because they don't have wisdom? If you're going to put PT as a prerogative or is mandatory requirement for the brothers who are the men who are older, then surely you got to give the younger boys a wisdom test. And if they're not wise, they got to go. If this is really about tightening up the army. Or maybe I just want to make sure nobody ain't got ranked to fly Miss Hegseth onto a damn carrier.
Yeah.
Somebody in Southern Navy Team SEALs 69 to pick her up and bring her to the carrier.
Right.
That's what's really going on.
Right.
That's what's going on. Pete seemed like somebody like that. He seemed like, he seemed kind of like Homelander. You ever see The Boys?
Yes.
Exactly.
Homelander. Listen, Pete
Perfect.
Homelander.
Perfect, yeah.
He seemed just like that type where, he had to show off that he's big and tough with all these generals in the world, and you never served in the military. That's the first disrespect.
Absolutely.
And really the only one. Like, he should not be able to talk to these men in any fashion but thank you for your service.
Come.
Thank you for your service. These men spending, time away from their family, sleeping on a big piece of iron in the middle of nowhere, in everybody's crosshairs, stopping mutiny on board the damn ship, solving problems, making sure the men eat, making sure somebody in just, the morale stays high. And you fly me back on some emergency bullshit to talk about what? Body mass index? A Planet Fitness workout? Boy, listen, the Chinese and them, they know they got America's number. If that's your what's his name? The Minister of War?
Secretary of War.
If the Secretary of War biggest problem is a beard and a belly, I don't know what else to say.
Like it too, sir.
Please.
And I was going to say, sir, and what's so beautiful about this to me is we are watching America fall. Like, just from being in Esau's military, Captain Sakawar said it earlier. This is terrible for morale.
Yeah.
Like, and that's why I love being in the UPK, because I can't serve a man who's requiring something from me that he himself has not done or he himself will do. Like, I can't be. I was like that in Esau's military, and it was hard. And I had this same experience with a lot of enlisted soldiers. You understand, Esau's military. It is hard to look up to a lot of those cats because they are requiring something from you that they themselves can't do. And so to see this, knowing how these cats think, these generals, I know for certain it was such a dishonorable thing to sit and listen to this cat lecture them about them being out of shape and lecture them about all these things, when it's like, what I would if I was them, I would make him take a PT test. Like, we need to see you take a standardized, what you are requiring. Pete, you are the Secretary of War. We want to see you go to war with that PT test, and we want to see you pass it with a 300. That's a perfect score. We want you to go for your age. You understand? We want you to meet the maximum standard for your age group, and we need to see you do it, since you have so much to say about how we're fat and our beards makes us a weirdo. It's like, let's see you now go complete the PT test. There's a video of Pete trying to do pull-ups, and when I say it is embarrassing, it is absolutely embarrassing. I was like, I see why this cat is mad. Like you said about his wife, this cat, like Jeremiah Hyman said, he's insignificant. He is, everything about him is impotent and insignificant.
I hear that word in a month of Sundays. God damn, that was fighting words right there. Are you impotent? God damn.
Insignificant. And I see what his beef is. He's looking at all these men, like you said, that at one point in their time in their youth would have stole his girl. In the Esau military, they call him Jody. You your girl with Jody.
Damn.
That's and when in times past, them generals in their youth all love him would have stole his broad because he's insignificant. I'm watching him do pull-ups, and I'm like, this cat look like he can't even throw a baseball straight down to the catcher. Like, he just looks like a girly man. Like, that's the best way to describe it. And here he is lecturing these men who have put, and I'm not toting these generals as men that we should follow, but in their craft, in Esau's craft, they put in the time and they put in the work to get where they are. And this cat, he's a DEI hire, and the pull-ups will tell you.
So that came for me.
Yeah, go ahead.
I can give my slang down here, my man.
Mama man. We gotta import that one. So I can put no tariff on that one. Mama man.
Mama man, dang,
mama man. Like he's like a mommy's boy.
Yeah,
like he a mama man.
Yeah, and Meshach, who knows if them men, watch that as I was bringing up with them Chinese and them, and saw them Chinese was snapping and popping. Them men was salivating over them soldiers. See Hex at watching them and be like, yo. They made us look bad. They made us look real bad. And it's these general folk You know what I mean? Bring them in. You know what I mean? Like you bring men in who you're not even qualified to talk to. And these, you know what I mean? And I should show you how much, you know what I mean, like how bad this, you know what I mean, this place done fall to the point where, you know what I mean, you've seen under America's skirt right now.
Yeah.
You're literally seeing that this place is, you know what I mean, is built on who you know. Because I mean, and who is a yes man? Because that's all he have around him. You know what I mean? All these people around him, this Bondi woman, she is not going to, you know what I mean, give no like she's not going to give any flack. She's not even going to, you know what I mean, like say now we can't do that. Everybody around Donald Trump is yes man. Everybody. What he need a bottle of whiskey on top the bar.
You gonna reach it.
He gonna reach it. A bottle of whiskey on top that bar.
Puny, just puny. Like this cat right here. If he was an Esau military, he would have been cleaning the barracks. Like he would have been cleaning the showers. Like, man, get your white ass in there and clean that shit up, white boy. Go clean it up, white boy. And it's, he gonna clean it up because what else he gonna do? Puny.
Listen, I'm telling you, you're gonna hear something about some civilian who was getting flown back and forth from them carriers. Mark my words. This thing where it's really one or maybe a couple of them he really want to say this to, but he can't say it, so he had to say it to everybody. It's damn near like he had to chastise everybody and hoping they turn on the few who was violating him. But this ain't got nothing to do with nothing now. I know that they don't say that America's military is mostly out of shape or there's a large percent that's out of shape. But they're making drones every day. What do you want nigga run for? Nigga better get one of them grip things and practice his grip. So he could fly the drone. That's what he needs. He don't need to run a mile.
Right.
He make sure he ain't got no carpal tunnel. You know the strong stress balls. That's what the hell he needs to do and get a rope and tie it on the dumbbell and roll it up and then roll it back out to build them forearms.
Right.
You need niggas walking around here looking like fucking Popeye, not Bluto. Big ass forearms so they can fly them drones.
Right.
Yeah, brothers, it's gonna come out. It's going to come out. Like somebody like this is the only other word for them is a pig. It's just like how a pig would just go and eat everybody food and push everybody around. As you get older and your physical self starts to fail, you are supposed to naturally appreciate the person who can do the physical stuff.
That's right.
As something like you once had but you lost it. You're supposed to be like, damn, man, listen, man, shit, I wish I could do that, man. Listen, don't waste your youth, man. Some. You're supposed to do that and understand, but he's like somebody who never made the football team, had all the best equipment, never made the basketball team, had every new Jordan. Listen, everybody buy the ball with Spalding print on it. He gets Spalding to sign the shit, whoever the fuck Spalding is.
Right.
He got all the equipment and never made the teams, and it's like it's somebody who went through, like you're saying, went through the whole thing and give their life and put their life into this thing and age into their career and should now have honor and a certain amount of respect as they walk through the halls. He says it's a shame to see somebody fat in authority in the Pentagon. What?
Imagine that. When
I was just gonna say, what about in the White House? P-Tech said, is it a shame?
Come on,
crazy. Go ahead, Sako, please.
No, I was gonna say what you said, sir. How you gonna say that? And then as soon as you finish speaking, a man come out there that can't even button his dress shirt up.
Damn.
The man coming up there after you can't even put his suit vest. He can't button the buttons on his suit vest. But you talking about people being out of shape and not being fit to do their job. It's hypocrisy. Like the Lord is showing these people are a joke. Their whole ideology and their mindset is all a facade. It's made up. It's not real.
Right.
And he's using their pride and their jealousy and their covetousness to expose them. They like Captain Iron Doc said, they watched them Chinese march out when we did a show a couple weeks ago where Donald Trump was jealous of Putin and Kim Jong-un and Xi Jinping over there in China. Right. You see them soldiers marching and how they locked and stepped, and they got the damn tanks rolling down the street with the whole military parade. Donald Trump tried to do it. You hear the gears of the damn tank grinding on the cement, and the soldiers walking with their bellies out, waving to the crowd. They looking like this shit is embarrassing. And I guarantee you, Donald Trump leaned on Pete and said, "You see them Chinese? Look at them. They're looking good. They're strong. Why can't our military look like that, Pete? Why you got these fat guys walking around here?" And Pete let Donald Trump put the battery in his back, and the fact that his woman getting nailed pillar to post by a fat beardo, and he come out there on the stage and want to blaze on everybody. It's absolutely
wait. Hold on, Sako.
Demoralized.
Hold on, Sakji. Where's it? She got nailed pillar to post.
Cause sir. By a fat beardo. And that man get on there and rail on them cats. It's disgusting.
And they had a whole controversy too. While he called somebody fat about Donald Trump's fat ankles. They kept talking about how his ankles were so goddamn swollen and fat. Like I'm telling you, man, it's a slap in the face for these cats to stand on this stage with all this political theater and talk all this. Like they feel like killers because they got power. When you looking in the face of real killers, like this shit is backwards, and it's beautiful because like it's causing a divide, and they don't even know a rift that day was created that will never be repaired because of it. Like again, if you're not a killer, you can't understand the mind of a killer, and a killer only abides by your rules because you feeding them. And Donald Trump, to understand, you stop feeding some of these killers, they already got stockpiles and things, put in place. He's going to piss off the right generals, and they are going to break off. And you worried about Charlie Kirk? Some of them generals will make the entire federal government Charlie Kirks. Man, the connections that they got, all type. A lot of these generals, they work with defense black contractors. Outside of the government. Yeah, they work with, what's it called? Blackwater was a major one. They're not even military. These are men that got out of the military, and so these generals and them high ranking brass, these cats are some real killers that know some real killers. And here these two flunkies and lame-os come on stage and want to front like a killer, and that's why the whole crowd was silent, because it's like you can't front like you that in front of a room full of cats. That's that. And it's shameful.
Listen, because I even want to say, even though the heathens and of course brothers in there, it's damn near commendable how stoic they sat at. I heard there was, heard reporters say there was a few, chuckles and chatter here and there, but for the most part, they kept their decorum with and he up there yelling and just so unprofessional, so low class. And I would think if I walk into a room of mechanics, because I could change oil and blow a tire up, I would be remiss to start to talk all kind of mechanic talk and tell them how they should set their shop up and which tool they should use.
Right.
I would now be like, listen, man, you're the professionals. You all know what you're doing. You've been out there. I'd take the opportunity to even name some of them.
Right.
And the ship they're managing and the platoon they're managing and how good they are. And if anything, you got to pull people in and say, listen, we need to change the face of this, blah, blah, blah. But you put them in on Front Street and let them have it, is either you the most stupidest person in the world, or this is a man in motion. They do this on the Front Street, so everybody talking about this, but then they're planning to go and kill somebody Saturday.
Right.
It got to be one of the two, because I can't see you would talk about the men who protecting your life in this manner. Unless, of course, Top Gun flying in,
So like it, sir, if I could.
Ready, egg, set, go. That's what I'm saying. Go. Go ahead, Sago, please.
If I could, so I got a word that I looked up in the dictionary, right? The word is self-aggrandizing. That's what this cat Pete Hegseth did on that stage. I'm gonna read the definition. It says acting or intended to enhance one's power, wealth, position, or reputation. It goes on to say, especially boastful, often in disregard of the truth. Like to get up there and talk down to these actual men of war when you are a reject who sat on Fox News and blew smoke up Donald Trump's behind to get that job, to get on that stage in front of those men and talk about them being out of shape and not fit to do their job and what you don't like to see in the halls and what, as if the failures of America's military got anything to do with any of that bullshit he's talking about. That was self-aggrandizing at its finest. For him to portray himself to be somebody who knows something about military service or about being a soldier or about having discipline or honor, it absolutely is the type of thing that it's going to cause these. If I could, y'all can help correct me if I'm wrong. There's already a rift between the politicians and the military.
Yes.
It's like oil and water. They don't mix, right? A lot of those military cats, they want to do the military business. Let the politicians do the politic business. You get a cat that has nothing to do with the military at all. Strictly got his position based off of politics and blowing smoke up somebody's behind. Then you go and stand in front. You a civilian. Can't even do a pull-up. A girly man. Go and stand in front of all of these soldiers. Call them away from their very serious business of being about the protection and the defense of their country that they love and would die for, and you're going to chastise them about people being out of weight? Right. Tell these old men like Captain Mashak said to go and do PT and get back to fitness standards that you yourself can't fit. You're going to make them people storm the Capitol, and they're going to storm the Capitol with tanks and with armed forces, and they're going to military. That would cause a military coup. You get all these generals, and once this meeting is over, all these generals and all these admirals and all of these high-ranking men from all these different branches of the armed forces can have a whole conversation about how we all hate what just happened in that room. You know what? Give me your number. Where you stationed at? You over there? Oh, for real? You on what boat? Now they can start to network and find ways to communicate with each other. You could not write it any better. If you wanted to destroy the military power of a country, there's no better way than to ruin the morale than what happened the other day with Pete Hegseth and Donald Trump in front of all of those soldiers.
Yeah. Yep. That's really the end all and be all. That's really the end all and be all. If I could get a couple of scriptures just before we roll. I know we had a little hiccup with the stream tonight, so out of everybody who was able to stay on, we're gonna solve the whole thing. These niggas is absolutely hated. You'll stay on the line after we go off. Hey, I'm gonna tell y'all that y'all gonna laugh. Y'all gonna laugh. This shit is just Pete. This is Peter. I'm sure this is definitely Peter. Yeah, man. If I could get, because like that scripture you pulled earlier in Samuel, please, and then let me get that one with David. Let me tell you where it is. You got that one with Samuel and with David. Let me do one with David first. Hold up. Hold on. What is it? Where he says stripling.
1 Samuel 17 and 56.
17 and 56. I want to skip up a little bit, maybe 50.
Also had.
Go ahead.
So that's what I wanted to ask. I also had a scripture too. I wanted to know if it could pertain to this.
Yeah, let's get. Give me 1 Samuel 17 and start at 41.
Okay, can't answer. The book of 1 Samuel chapter 17 and verse 41. And the Philistine came and drew near unto David, and the man that bare the shield went before him.
Go ahead, brother.
Can. And when the Philistine looked about and saw David, he disdained him, for he was but a youth, and ruddy, and of a fair countenance.
Go ahead.
And the Philistine said unto David, Am I a dog, that thou comest to me with staves? And the Philistine cursed David by his gods.
Right? The Philistine started praying to whatever fake god he had, like that Arab last week in DC, to try to curse David, because David had what Peak Headset says is a high male standard. David knew that he stood with the Lord and the Lord would stand with him. Beard, no beard, weight, no weight, short, tall. He obeyed God, so God would stand with him and not with some heathen. And this heathen hated him because he was not what? In physical prowess. He was a young man, a youth, that youthful look. He wasn't old and war-hardened. He was young and had that youthful look. And this Philistine hated David because of it. The same way Pete Hegseth, because these men don't look to him like what he think they should look like, he's hating these men. He's hating these men. And again, I understand there's heathens in there, but this is on morals and principles, of course. This is the point I'm making here, that you could mistake the carnality and think it's success, and that's not success. That's not success at all. Skip me down to the end. Now, you know, David went ahead and slaughtered Goliath, cut his head off, took his sword. They say he put the armor in his tent and kept his sword and took the head to Saul. So when he took the head to Saul, give me verse 55.
Can.
Verse 54. Give me Psalm 54.
Can. The book of 1 Samuel chapter 17 and verse 54. And David took the head of the Philistine and brought it to Jerusalem, but he put his armor in his tent. And when Saul saw David go forth against the Philistine, he said unto Abner, the captain of the host, Abner, whose son is this youth? And Abner said, As thy soul liveth, O king, I cannot tell.
He looking at him and was like, you know, Abner, who is this youth man? That's how we say it in the Caribbean. So you know now, you know, who's this youth man? This youth. Who is this young boy here? Abner don't even know who the hell this cat is. Which means he didn't even meet the height and weight requirement. That Pete Hegseth would look at. Keep going.
Can. And the king said, Inquire thou whose son is the stripling is.
Right, say that again.
And the king said, Inquire thou whose son the stripling is.
Right, and the king asks, he said, go find out whose son this stripling is. Now someone will look up the meaning of stripling.
Yo,
I got it right here, sir.
Please, come on, go ahead.
You can imagine how them white men be watching them brothers playing football. I
Yeah.
just believe it.
Yep.
I mean, like, you know, I mean, just hearing that, and you know, I mean, hey, you know, you're breaking this joint down. You know, what I mean, they're really carnal.
Very.
You know what I mean?
They're very, very carnal, like extremely carnal. Which is why I'm telling you, big beard, big belly puts big whatever. I need another B on that B.
Right.
That's what this is about. You stripling?
Stripling. Salaki. A young man in the state of adolescence or just passing from boyhood to manhood, a lad.
A lad, a young man. Anything else?
That's all I have on it, sir.
Okay, I have Webster's Merriam, stripling, youth, sense in 2A. Hold on. Examples: The young boxer looked like a mere stripling next to his larger, more seasoned opponent. So, like a stripling, like imagine you have a big piece of wood, like a square ply, and you take a strip off the side and peel it down. This is a smaller piece of the bigger piece, but it's small. It's small. The king say, find out whose stripling this is, whose young son this is here, who young man this is here, who really should not be in the military. He wasn't even big enough to put armor on her. He killed Goliath and all them Africans fled. But yet Hegseth has to say, you have to do this PT twice a year and we going back to shave faces and you have to obey God, devil. And I see why y'all take us off the damn YouTube. You don't want everybody hearing about this, but y'all don't know I work with the Lord. People gonna see this shit. I'm gonna come right on the back end, and everybody gonna see and hear this one.
Come on.
You know what I mean? Let me get the other one too, because the Samuel one.
You call what kind, sir?
Oh, if you wanted to pull yours first, you can pull yours.
I just wanted to see if this could be used for this.
Please,
Khan, Ecclesiasticus chapter 37, verse 11. Neither consult with a woman, touching her of whom she is jealous, neither with a coward in matters of war.
Hell yeah, I would use it. I would absolutely use that shit. Listen, and that you could set people up with that one. You should go on them TikTok lives and read the first part. And everybody will agree, yeah, you shouldn't, because she's jealous of her, and you shouldn't tell her. Yeah, right. And then read the second part. You shouldn't consult with a coward in matters of war. Right. And that's what the hell they set Pete Hegseth up there to do. He on a whole stage by himself. Like, I don't like it. It's damn like an old stand-up comedy. You think this is an SNL skit?
Right.
If I could, sir, Salagia, both parts of that scripture go hand in hand. Pete Hegseth is the woman that's jealous of another woman. He's the man jealous of these soldiers, and he's a coward consulting men of war. Like he's both. It's the scriptures equating them. Having a coward consult matters of war is like having a woman speak on a woman she's jealous about.
Yep.
It's going to be just vitriol and emotions and a bunch of feelings. That's what Pete Hegseth did on that stage. A bunch of, I don't like to see this and that. And what's with these beards? It's like you said, Captain, like Jerry Seinfeld. What's with the beards in the military? What's with the fatsos in the military suits? Like, nigga, this is Salakia. That ain't what the Salakia. I cannot imagine the fury of those men sitting there being scolded by this goddamn clown. A coward. I'm a soldier. I gave my life to this. You're a clown, and you're gonna stand up there and tell us what we need to do. It's
that is, I mean, unless they done told them, man, yeah, we're gonna do this, y'all just sit there and take it. All right, don't worry. This is to blow smoke up the American public. We're gonna shut down the government. It's gonna be bad. We need a man in motion. That's what it is. We need a man in motion. Offset the defense. That's what I need. Because, brother, ain't no way. Ain't no way. Them men make a pilgrimage to Quantacoa to hear about their belt size, their loop, a hole in the belt. What the fuck is we talking about?
So, Lock, you could have put this in the email. So, Lock,
yes, I tell ya. Nigga, you could have FaceTime me to tell me this shit.
Right.
Yeah, I mean.
And how Muhammad has been bringing it out to is almost like you can almost visualize he's feeling small.
Yes.
You know what I mean? I'm talking about small, like real small, like, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like a slack, you know what I mean? Small. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
And it's almost like you calling these men who, you know what I mean, who gigantic.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And you just doing it to show, you know what I mean, to show that you could do it.
You're abusing the office.
Yeah, it's almost like, I just say, it could have been a few of them who don't respect him. And he hearing the talk in the White House. He hearing the talk like, yo.
He hearing that talk in his house.
In his house.
He hearing that talk over coffee. over pancakes, yeah.
Yeah, you're right. And yeah, I mean, and this is just you know what I mean, I'll show them who's the boss.
That's it.
When this you're not showing them you're showing them who's the woman.
Yeah.
You understand?
You
How
showing them why. You showing them why
Yeah.
she willing to get on that helicopter in the
Yes.
middle of the night somewhere in West Potomac. See, listen, usually brothers is the one who, you know, travel distances for some bucks. She travel over hills and valleys and seas. Yeah, she'd do anything for these. So like,
yeah, I'm telling you, like he done make things worse because now you're here to call in for him to resign, right?
Yeah.
No. Get the
Yeah.
fuck out of here.
Yeah, the call
They
for him
flipped
to
the
resign.
script on him.
They're pissed off,
Yeah, sir.
Like you embarrassed the man who done sacrificed their entire life. You know it is for you to be across in some desert.
Come on, man.
And then your wife getting piped by somebody and you coming home to see all that. You understand?
For real.
And then you had to put her aside and say, you know what? I'm going to serve my country. And then for this dude to come and tell you, you know what I mean? He'll call you and say, yo, how you coping with, you know what I mean, with Allah?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, he ain't doing none of that. He called you to embarrass you.
Yep.
Brother, I'm telling you, man. I was, you know what I mean?
I feel for them men. I feel, even though they're heathens, I sat there, I was like, hold up, what? That's what he gonna say? And you know what? You know, just understanding how missions and stuff happen. Who knows if they made requests for certain funds or equipment and they ain't get, but they find the funds to fly them men back home.
Yeah.
Because that come at tremendous expense, you know. It's how much of them was in there? Like 800 of them or something?
800.
Oh, brother, you gotta fly them men back home. Security for them men as they're flying home, because they ain't flying home on American Airlines Act. They had to send them C-130 somewhere, and a jet had to bring carriers, had to leave the seas and dock somewhere. There's a whole coordinated thing that he just trying to be. He playing battleship a little too fucking much.
Yeah.
This is real life. This is real life, man. You bring them in there to talk about what?
Right.
And Salakia, sir, if I could, a mobilization of that magnitude, you had to think that these men are thinking they're about to announce war.
Yeah.
They're about to tell us that we got to go and really give our life. Like they're preparing for something serious and heavy and weighty. Like this is what we've been waiting for, the buildup of our entire careers. And you get in a room and a drunk wimp gets to tell you how fat and bearded you are, and that I'm tired of. Oh man.
Man, just
play the song, Captain. When we finish the show, play the song you started the show with.
Listen, that's the joke. That's the joke. That's part of the joke. I think we could lift our hands and close with a prayer or something for these motherfuckers. Gotta sing Amazing Grace or some fucking thing. You know what I mean, these bastards up in YouTube. Good night. And listen, Cap. Okay, exactly what you're saying. Like, you bring these men there to do, you know, that thing, not really, you know, respecting them in any sort of way, holding any value to them, their lives, what they went through. Some of these men they in bases that getting fired upon every day. You know, the whichever country they occupy in, the country can't win. But it's just their last ditch of manhood. They just go down there with some AKs, let off every morning at 6 o'clock, every evening at 6, just to let them know, listen, we ain't no punks, you know, we all just stronger. They're there hearing that shit, ducking and walking behind some wall, doing all kind of nonsense for the sake of the flag. And you never enlisted. Imagine that shit. You never enlisted. You wasn't even a fucking National Guard. I don't know. I don't get it, brother. I don't get it. Go ahead.
And it's as I'm listening, I feel sorry for these cats, but then it's like my mind gets shifted back to my experience being in Esau military, and these generals is getting what Black and Hispanic men feel.
Right.
Like to have a man that is less than you in every way sit and now think he can tell you about anything. Like this is What those 800 generals in brass felt is exactly what every Black and Hispanic man feels going to that factory job, watching the supervisor stand up on the top in the glass, watching us, slave. This is what every
Right.
Black and Hispanic feels going to every construction site, watching some impotent, puny man with a white hat, tell you where to carry this, and as if he's more qualified. This is what every Black and Hispanic man goes through every single day, having someone that in your heart is less than you, and he talks to you and carries you like he's, how Pete is talking to these men. Like, you generals got a small taste of what we experienced, because for the life of me, every slave I had to leave, because I knew, I was like, who the hell you, like, you don't even know who you, like, who you talking to, who who you're dealing with. I turned to the man, who I deal with.
So I'm gonna just go ahead and leave, so you could enjoy the rest of your day. I'm doing you a favor.
Right. Like this right here is, these generals got a taste, man, of what we get, because if you talk to every Black and Hispanic man, like, this is, our life is just full of this type of emasculation every day for the sake of us trying to provide for our families.
Yeah.
Being emasculated, you understand, by people, not just white men, but these heathens who are less than us, man. And every single, you're not as smart as us, you're not as strong as us, you're not as kind as us, like, you're less than us in every way, and somehow you're over us. Well, generals, welcome to the life of a nigga in America.
That's right. That's right. Now you're officially Black. They could listen to some boozy now.
That's right.
Somebody invite the generals to the cookout. They could be invited to the cookout now. They're blacker than black.
That's right.
Go ahead.
Nah, and what you saying is so heavy, because, brother, you can imagine them generals getting in an argument with the wife back at home. So you couldn't tell Hex said that.
Don't tell me nothing, you old fat beardo.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, come on, man. Like, he just, like, he just create a war at home with that man. Like, he don't understand the like the fallout he gonna cause.
Come.
And Cap, too, okay, this is what I would even say. That these men with their ribs, I would venture to think that some, if not majority, of the women who are around these men and hear this would be disgusted at Hexet.
I would hope so.
Like, you out there risking your, like, I would think these women who behind these career men like that, like, he in the military, she met him at 18 and he's been on tour, coming back, you get it. I would think they would be like, who the fuck is he talking to? That man is disgraceful. What a disgrace. Well, I would think they would say that.
Until they get an argument and the emotions get better.
You know what, Carrie? You're a bitch. And you're a fat beardo, just like Pete said.
Man,
it's gonna come out now.
I'm telling you,
like Sapo was saying, Saxon was saying, nailing post to what?
Pillar to post, from pillar to post. From pillar to post.
From pillar to post. Up in that way. All the way over there on one of them jet carriers, brother. All on them. Something is behind this. I don't think this is a calculated. They had a meeting about this with his higher ups, and he decided he get the okay to go do this shit.
Yeah. And they're calling it some like that whole thing like Hitler-esque or something, like everything that they did, they say was Hitler-esque.
No,
like,
you could see it because Hitler was heavy into the prime specimen. Blonde hair, a certain height, certain cheekbone, certain eyes, nose ratio. Like, they was very, very carnal in making the what's the master race or the super race. They was very, very carnal in that, and that's what he wants. And he don't understand you cannot win no war in carnality. There's no war that you can win in carnality. Everything that happens in the physical first happens in the spiritual.
Yeah.
Every single thing that happens in the physical happens first in the spiritual. Get what? Because let me get that last precept. I ain't gonna hold you all too long. You decide to play the whole ass.
First Samuel chapter 16, verse 7. But the Lord said unto Samuel, look not on his countenance.
Say that one more. Who said it?
But the Lord said unto Samuel.
This is what God said the standard of a man is. This is what God said the height and weight requirements of any man is. Go ahead.
Look not on his countenance.
Don't look at his face.
Right.
Don't look at his face and get beholden by his jawline or his eyes. Or you looking at him and you fall into a deep admiration because his face is pleasing to you. Go ahead.
Or on the height of his stature.
Or on the height of a man. Pete Hegg said, Mr. Weight and Height Standards. Don't look at the height of a man and say, well, he's 6'5". He must be the highest male standard at this weight and this height, and he looks good on the jawline. And he had to shave his face so you can see the jawline. Don't look at his face or the stature of a man. Go ahead.
Because I have refused him.
Because what?
Because I have refused him.
The Lord, he's not carnal. He's not looking at man like how you look at man. You don't look at a warrior like how you look at a warrior. You look at the carnal, the Lord looks, keep going.
Kawakan. For the Lord seeth not as man seeth. For man looketh on the outward appearance.
Mr. Pete Hegseth, Mr. I don't want to see you walking around the Pentagon. Well, nigga, you leave.
Right, that's right.
If you don't want to see me, turn your face when you see me bend the corner.
That's it.
Go ahead.
But the Lord looketh on the heart.
The Lord look at the spirit of a man.
That's right.
The spirit of a man is always supersedes whatever you see physically.
That's right.
Goliath had a teeny tiny spirit. Tiny. He was less of a man. David had a Goliath spirit, meaning not in terms of the size, the magnitude, not right. He being a heathen spirit. David had that spirit that was way bigger than Goliath, way bigger than the Philistines' army. It was bigger than Saul's army. Nobody in Saul's army wanted to go fight Goliath. Right? But you have some fool over here who claimed to be a Christian. Remember, he said, "Bear, you don't want to look like no pagan Viking." That's what he said. He said, "What do you think? We are a nation of pagan Vikings? You want to say you're Christian, but yet still, these men had to shave their beard." No, right. You should look at what God looks at, the heart of a man. And thanks be to the Most High, with these videos that will be coming out, the whole world saw your heart, Pete. The whole world saw into your chest. They saw what you was made of. You went on stage in a full suit and showed your ass anyway. We all saw your nakedness.
Yep.
I didn't even know they was calling for his resignation.
Yeah.
I thought they would have just go back and grouse privately. So they called for his resignation. The generals or somebody else?
I think the people in office, they're calling him for his head out.
On behalf of the generals.
The representatives of there's different groups and different cabinet groups within the administration, but all of those who deal with the military are saying that was absolutely unacceptable what you did. We gotta get you out of here for that.
Yeah.
They hit him. Cameron hit Brona. You for your time.
Absolutely.
Get about it.
Right.
Straight up.
Right. We can talk. You can wait for us outside.
Yeah, you can wait for us outside, Pete. But you got to get the hell up out of here with that. Listen, and if he does not resign, brother, these military men gonna show you just what that belly and that beard is good for.
Exactly.
They're gonna do it. They're gonna have the power. Like, people don't understand, to devote your life to a militant career, you deny yourself so much.
Yeah.
You amass a wealth, a budget of, I could show you how much I don't give a fuck.
That's right.
At the drop of a dime. At the drop of a dime, you could just dip your hand in your cash, in your I don't give a fuck cash, and pull something out, brother, that was gonna scare everybody. because you mastered denying yourself and obeying the law and obeying protocol and doing things by the book. And if there comes a time where you start saying, I can't do this shit no more. Brother, listen, I'm gonna paraphrase this one. After Saul died, Abner still fought for Saul's family against David.
Yeah.
Until that faggot Ishbosheth said some foul shit to Abner. And Abner said, I see why I was losing all these wars all this time. Even till this day, I fight against David for you. But in this moment, I will translate the kingdom from you to David. I'll do to David what I was doing for you all the time. That's what happens when you take for granted a man of war.
That's right.
That's what happens, man.
That's
He's
right.
going to turn against you. He's going to do it. Either he wants this to happen, or this is just a colossal fuck up because, you know, he see a text message in his wife's phone, or he see the tape, or she come back home wearing one of them generals jacket. You know, Eve, like, she keep on that Hebrew Academy cover, and you know, she want to walk with it like she was in the trial, like she delivered the scroll. Come back home wearing this thing. Oh, where did you get? Whose jacket is that? Oh, I got this at the thrift store. I got this at the Salvation Army because they saved me.
She saw the text with the beard.
Yeah, I like your beard. I like running my fingers through your beard. And he's like, hold on, I don't fuck no beard.
Right.
Who you talking to? Don't worry about it, Pete.
Right.
Skinny Pete.
Right. Peter Parker, not Spider-Man.
Don't worry about it, Peter.
Right.
Yeah, this was shameful. This was a shameful thing. And you brothers and sisters who want to go join Esau's military, they don't respect you.
Right.
They hate. And listen, this is another thing. Oh boy, I don't want to go too much longer, Akim, but this is why there's veterans sleeping on grates on the street. This is why there are veterans under a bridge.
Yes.
This is why there are veterans who can't get their 100% disability. Because people like him are in charge of their checks, their housing, people who never went to a corner block fight, much less devote their life to fighting for other people. This is why. A man of war that suffered what? Poverty? That's what it says? The things that I hate?
Yes.
Brother, the room is full more of heathens than Israelites. And I feel bad for the entire room. Them men sitting in there. The picture is so much of them in there. The picture looked like a fucking AI picture. I couldn't believe there's so much of them sitting in the room.
Yeah.
And he's protected by what? A piece of paper and an office appointment. If them men get up there, he can't do nothing. If them men just decide, he better go watch Julius Caesar. He better go watch Julius Caesar, man. Let me stop before somebody knock on this front door. Let me stop. Let me finish this thing off. And listen, man. With that, definitely to water for you all who stayed and rocked with us all the rest of the night. We went a little bit later for the disruption that happened to William's show. We're gonna make sure and get this thing up for you all so you all could see it on the other platforms. Again, usual suspect, Captain Nine Thack holding down the Carolinas, been strong with us. Captain Saka War holding down Memphis, Tennessee, man, holding the thing down. Officer Kazak Ahmad holding down Baltimore, DC, the whole zone, Hebrew Academy, all that. Officer Sawapia Allah holding down Trinidad and environs, dealing with Asher down there, Venezuela, fishing like a mug out there, man. Joins and Sawap had that show tomorrow night. Y'all tune in, 91.9 FM in Trinidad. Y'all check him out, man. He's gonna be live from 7 p.m. Y'all know the Cookout, California Cookout kicking off tomorrow, man. Jeremiah Hyman class, I believe, I forget the time. Is it 7 or because they're 3 hour difference, right? It's about 10.
Yeah, I think Godal, I put up something. I think it'll be like this is 7 o'clock, but I don't know if it's our time.
I think that might be Central Time. Y'all stay tuned for that. Of course, the manager had a big bad lecture coming through, man. Gonna dissect the whole internet thing and the Cookout California weekend. Sunday the 5th is the opening of the Feast of Tabernacles, man. You'll make it down to every school, make that tabernacles ring out, man. Make it ring out. You know what I mean? Every brother, sister get down to that school, man. You'll come together and camaraderie. You'll do the thing like how the Lord say, let's get it in, man. We're gonna rock with it. And with that, man, let me see what I could play that ain't gonna ruffle the feathers. Hold on, Jesus and ages, boy. What can I don't know. It's rough out here, boy. Hold on, let me see. Let me play this. Y'all stay on, please.
They killed, give me Isaiah 14 and 21. They did the same thing to my people. So that you said that they put millions of my houses. Should a murderer go to jail for murdering? Absolutely. Should a thief go to jail when he steals? Absolutely. Should a robber pay back the money he robbed? Absolutely. So why shouldn't the white man pay for what he did? That's right. That's right. One day you'll see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog.
I'm in a hell of a hole, was never expected to grow. Just obstacle set in the road, that a result of me selling my soul. The story I'm telling is cold, but yet it's what everyone knows. The white man's the devil is known. America was never a home, only a place of captivity, save facility, hating, disfigure me. They claim that I'm lazy, be killing me. Maybe this slavery draining my energy. 400 years and counting, the trail of my tears is countless. Main fact of them here is astounding, but I can't wait till this shit is surrounded. Ready to tangle my king and the angel, be ready to rap. Crack in the sky, nuclear missiles will make it official. I'm capturing every cracker surviving. Put them all in chains where they need to be, slavery for me. And let the whole world see that with them in the cages, safer in the streets. Put the dog on a leash, get resolved for the beast. 144, get the ruler show, we could all be at peace. As soon as the trumpets are sound, your kingdom we busting it down. The only way justice is found, the time for your judgment is now. You'll see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. 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 Look, ain't no remorse in my blood slim. It won't be no compromise. Now it's time to feed the worms. Watch his body turn to flies. I clutch iron while you trust the lies. The next Glock I buy gon' be Gen 5. I get it customized. And sending shots off like farewell. Praying payback come back around like a carousel. Still remember your Honda's words ringing in my head like bells. Said you in his body, you fit a Lord, fuck the cartel. Triangle choke, apply pressure to the game like I did Vondale. Payback's a bitch in a dress, she a bombshell. Revenge is served cold, I just hope they making oxtail. Glock fresh out the box, I swear it got that new car smell. Made myself a target in a world of mad shooters. That was designed fire for our babies to pass through it. And the day of our king's reign, I'll be overzealous. They bought my jealous, I bought brand new parabellums. Someday you'll see just how it feels. Payback